that 3 times a day, and I guarantee you don't need a jog or do any cardio. It'll get you pumped right up. Happy Mama's Day to all the mamas. I love mamas. Oh, my God. Hey, I need some moms to call in today, too. You can even pretend to be a mom if you want. Boy, I tell you what, I can already, Jersey Joe, man, if you watch Jersey Joe probably call in and try to pretend to be a woman. He's such a woman anyway. Tell him I said so. Fam. I said, you know what, if you have to do this, Ronbo, do it late, man. Let people stay with their moms. Don't be trying to start no trouble with 49 fans because most of us are weak and we will talk 49ers football. What are some of the things you would sacrifice to talk 49ers football? Let's be realistic now. Pizza. I don't know, man. It's close between pizza. And there's a couple of things we can't mention on the air, but it's close. I won't mention them. Don't you mention them either. All right? Hey, I've been looking at the season like you have and looking forward to what's going to happen next, right? So, I got to tell you, though, 49ers, if you're talking about top story of the year is the comeback players of the year, we have a lot of potential comeback players of the year. Why? Because who had more guys laid out on the sidelines in the hospital and in emergency wards and intensive care units in the 49ers that, if you get all those guys out of the sick bay, you've already got an army right there. So, I'm looking at the 49ers have a long list, essentially, of potential comeback players of the year. Injuries defined the 49ers in 2018. You and I both know that. 2017, the same kind of a story. This goes all the way back pretty much to 2014. Yeah. Now that I think about it, I don't want to think about it. Anyway, they'll need to reverse that trend to compete for a playoff spot in 2019. We all know that. They got to stay up off the list. That will mean several injured players bouncing back and contributing in a big way. Perhaps the biggest illustration of that is Pro Football Focus naming 2 49ers among their top 10 candidates to win the NFL Comeback Player of the Year award. You know what? Let me take a quick look at that because I was amused by that. All right, Cam Newton. Boy, Cam hasn't been right since they beat him to death in that Super Bowl. Remember that? Cam had all kind of contusions and concussions and everything else, and the refs wouldn't call it. That was kind of wrong. I feel bad about it. Cam Newton of the Panthers is one candidate. Travis Frederick, center of the Dallas Cowboys. Cooper Kupp of the Rams. Honestly, it's amazing. They got Cooks. They got who else they got? Anyway, it's amazing how Kupp is probably their best receiver. You wouldn't think so, would you? He probably is, though. Earl Thomas of the Ravens is one of the top 10. Jimmy G, of course, as I just mentioned, one of the top 10. And when you look at Jimmy, I'll go over his stats. But Andy Dalton's in that list. And Andy Dalton's been coming back for how many years? Andy Dalton, what happened to him? He just went down the tubes and kept on going down the tubes. He never did make a return. Hunter Henry, tight end for the Los Angeles Chargers. And Jason Verrett, our very own Jason Verrett. Linebacker Deion Jones of the Atlanta Falcons. And Carl Lawson, the Cincinnati Bengals, comes off the edge. He hadn't come off very well of late. So I'm thinking, but Jimmy G, man, let me. I'm gonna check out some more stats from Jimmy G just to show you how serious it is with him. Garoppolo made his first start for us in Week 13, and he put it was 2017, right? And he put up all kind of concerns about sample size behind him as he went on to record overall grades of 70 or higher in all 5 of his games until the close of the season. He ended his first season with the Niners with an 86.6 overall grade, and he displayed remarkable, and that's just putting it mildly, remarkable game-changing poise, both from a clean pocket, 110.1 passer rating, 6th among quarterbacks a while under pressure, 108. That's a 2-point drop-off. Good Lord. Against unblocked pressure, much like his mentor during his time in New England. The current baddest quarterback in the NFL, Tommy Brady. Their separation was that big. So next time somebody comes to me and says, I can name 10, 15 quarterbacks better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Shut up! It's not true! So you see, this is what I'm saying. I do see Garoppolo as being in that top 10. Him and Jason Verrett. And there's a dude that, man, you looking back at Verrett's history, this dude, he's strange, though. Because Verrett, let me get, okay. Jason Verrett, Garoppolo only the award would be good, but you look at Verrett, the guy's just, in Kyle Shanahan's system, it's going to be easy for him anyway. I'll look at it past him, though. Jerick McKinnon. See, this is getting off the top 10. I'm looking at Jerick McKinnon, who's already been washed off by people. People wanted to see him cut as soon as we got Tevin Coleman. Said he probably was a bust. Call him a third down back. He says, excuse me. Jerick McKinnon, Kyle didn't go out and get him because he was a third down back. Kyle went and got him because he has a plan for him. Them other OCs ain't on Kyle's level. They don't know how to use nobody like Kyle does. So give me a break with a third down back. When Kyle gets him, he'll be a first down, a second down, and a third down back. If we play fourth down, he'd be in there for that too. He could go out for passes. So I got a lot of plans for him. Where was I at now? Okay. He's going to be competing. McKinnon's injury at the very start of the regular season had a dramatic effect, as I was saying, on the offense, considering what his role was to be anyway. So Jerick will duel with Tevin Coleman for the starting position, and this is true. He will. Now, if he'll beat him out, we'll see. I see Jerick. It's just like a lot of those people who don't believe in him. I do need to see what he can do, and then I'll start talking because I like Jerick McKinnon. Then I'll start supporting him. And Tevin has an advantage even for no other reason than his prior experience with Kyle Shanahan from Atlanta. McKinnon chalks up the right stats, and he's definitely going to be the player, a defensive player, offense, CPOY, right? Capoe. Let me get back to Verrett for a second. He's only got one full NFL season under his belt since being drafted in 2014. He played 6 games as a rookie, 14 in year 2. That was his best year. 4, I guess that's the year he made the Pro Bowl. 4 in year 3 and 1 last year. Preseason Achilles tear knocked him out of his 5th season. 49ers don't have a lot of experience at cornerback aside from Richard Sherman, so Verrett could certainly, and I understand that Verrett actually, if healthy, Sherman has to take a back seat to him too. He would be the top cornerback on the team. He is that good. So, keep your fingers crossed. Jason Verrett, we got Jason Verrett healthy. Look out. He could be player of the year if he does come back. So there you go. Hey, also add to the list of possibilities. I'm just talking about within the 49ers ranks, right? Of course, J-Dub, Butch. I'm still playing with Jimmy. Come on, man. So I got J-Dub, I got Kwaski T, of course, in there. Joshua Garnett, I mentioned just, I know what you're saying about me. You know what, man? Don't talk about my mama today because it is Mother's Day. But listen, if Joshua Garnett is willing to apply himself and go out there and do what I think he's capable of doing, Person would be a backup. We saw a couple of occasions from him last year. I was impressed. I said, why can't you get your big moose butt out there more often then? So we'll see. As I got Garnett, I got Adrian Colbert, of course. He needs to come back. And from his first year, Adrian Colbert looked like the real deal. Akello Witherspoon. I'm going to stick by what I said, man. I'm telling you right now, he looked good to me coming down the stretch. The last couple of 2-3 games before he got hurt. I'm sorry, he looked good. He looked dang good. Right? And actually, Richard Sherman could do a lot better. That wasn't a Richard Sherman year. Rich was out there rolling on reputation. They just weren't throwing on him. If they knew what they probably found out about now, they probably would have tried him out a little more. Richard Sherman comes back this year at least 95%, most likely 100%. Okay, now they're going to get a demonstration as who's the Richard Sherman is, you know? And somebody complained that Richard Sherman should be on the best team's receiver on every game. You know what? Here's the nice thing about the luxury of having Verrett this year. If indeed you're going to assign the best cornerback to the best receiver on the team, you have the luxury of having Richard Sherman on the field. Put Verrett on that person, the other receiver. Put Verrett on that top gun and let Rich clean up the rest of the field. Where in hell is that quarterback going to throw the ball? And he ain't got much time to make a decision either. Bam! Oh! There goes the quarterback. Oh, God! Buckner beat everybody to him. Oh, I look so forward to this. I'm telling you, I'm getting more. I already know what the offense is capable of. You know, so I rest assured about the offense. But I can't wait to see the defense. The demolition from this defense is going to be so interesting. As I say, especially if Verrett can stay healthy. Oh, Keller, I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know, you got time, man. Verrett's, you'll learn some things from the old gunfighters out there. And you'll be cool, right? And you know, and those guys gonna rotate him. There's no point in wearing out Sherman and Verrett if you don't have to. Give a Keller some burn. Give him plenty of burn out there. You know, in certain situations, make sure that we got the top aces out there. So I feel good about the defense, and I don't even tell you about the offense. Let me tell you one more time about this new thing we got going on Rombo Sports app. If you'd like to communicate, and you know, sometimes you can't get in on the phone because maybe it's backed up or something like that. If you got something you definitely want to say, don't feel like waiting, maybe you're a little bit shy, don't want to get you. Well, maybe if you can call in, you don't have to be on the Zoom. We're working on the Zoom too, and you can drop us a message. Let us roll that message, please. Jerry Fresh.
What's up, Niner Empire? Jerry Fresh here with Rombo Sports. Just a reminder, go ahead and download the Rombo Sports app from the App Store. Rombo Sports is giving you, the fan, an opportunity to have your voice heard on the show. Whether that's a question for Rombo, a shout out to the 49er Faithful, or a suggestion for the next video, this is your chance to have your voice heard. Simply open the Rombo Sports app, click the menu icon in the top left-hand corner to access a list of options. Scroll down to the Submission tab, and voila, you're there. Once you're in Submissions, go ahead and select the Record a Video option. From there, you record a short video, and you're all set. Remember to keep it clean, short, and sweet. Well, that's it for me. Thanks for listening, Niner Empire. I'm Jerry Fresh, and this is Rombo Sports. Go Niners!
Jerry! Thanks, fam. There you go. Be looking to hear from you as soon as possible. Yeah, you know, if you got a great joke or something you want to tell, it's all right. Anything you want to do. Hey, it's Donna Bell. Ladies. Any ladies that have a little one? Happy Mama's Day, moms. Donna Bell says, hey, I missed you. Hey, Donna fam. How are you guys? Donna Bell. Sit back waiting on you. Feeling good. Pete Gorman says, what up? Daniel Andre. Oh, D.A., come on, man. It's my favorite time of night. I didn't even bring no pizza either. I was coming to eat up everybody else's food. Bob Butter. What up, Niner fam? Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Jerry Fresh. It's Jerry. He says, question, how you been? Jerry, tell you what, if I was feeling any better, man, or having any more better fun than I'm having, it would have to be against the law. Rod Manhammer, what's up, fam? Local 49ers fan, the Empire shall whoop some beep this year. Salvador Brebiska. I'm on back-to-back nights. I'm trying to incorporate it. You know, I'm seeing if I can run this right into the season. It's going to take some maneuvering of some kind for me, but I'm going to try to do that because it's fun to be on before games, during the games, and after. Bullpup 33, happy Mama's Day, fam. Sebby! Go hard, what up, Rombo maniacs, you filthy animals, you. Go hard with always creativity. Manor Jimenez! Shout out the entire family. Let's go get the ring, boys. And Daniel Audrey says Pettis, 8 TD. Oh, I love these predictions. Pettis, 8 TDs. Samuels, 8 TDs. Goodwin, 6 TDs. Kittle, 6 TDs. McKinnon, 5 TDs. Coleman, 5 TDs. It's got a rhythm to it, doesn't it? That's a lot. Wait, let me add that up real quick. 16. My math skills, 22, 28, 33, 38 TDs for Jimmy, huh? On the year? Yeah. Boy. San Francisco says, sup? And the rest of my Niner fam checking from the 901. Memphis, Tennessee. Hey, San Francisco. And Brunel Jacobs, sup, fam? J.D. Watsonville High School. MBL. Ronbo doesn't speak Spanish, or does he? You know, un poquito. You know, if you live in Salinas, California, you learn a lot of Spanish, and you learn a lot of bad words in Spanish too. Every language you learn a lot of bad words. Especially my compadres, man. They really have a bad mouth, but they're so much fun. Hey, Kyle Baker. Let's go Niners! Jordan Kelly, what's up? Mark Espinosa, hey, thanks for all you do, fam. Let me get a Niners! Hey. Oh, Hank Moore. Hey, Quentin Hunter says, Dre Greenlaw was asked if he can lose 20 pounds and move back to free safety. Dre Greenlaw has the ability to play free safety? I gotta check into that. Hank Moody says, I really do think Jimmy's gonna have a breakout season. Sick of hearing this injury-prone crap about my boy. He didn't really say crap, but I did. I was just feel that in. You know what I'm saying? He's not happy with that. Mars Bar 805, Niners, baby. What's up, everyone? And J.D. Watsonville, let me just say, Managero. Hey, let me go ahead and put my ears on. Hey, Leon.
What up, Rombo?
Hey, Leon. Go ahead.
It's getting close, man. We're getting closer and closer.
Oh, yeah. I need some activity in camp, too. I'm trying to understand why I'm not hearing anything, How we ain't hitting anything. I want to hear some activity. I want to hear somebody doing something special. We got to wait another 2-3 weeks. But, Leon, who you got for your comeback player of the year, baby? Who do you like?
It's a tie between Jimmy G and Verrett. I don't really care. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't care about Jerick McKinnon, but we have two other running backs.
That's true.
We're going to be fine there. But we need Jimmy G to be healthy.
Yeah. And
we need Jason Verrett to be Jason Verrett.
Yeah.
So, those are my two choices. And it was encouraging to hear that Jimmy G went to Tom Brady and asked him, about recovering from an ACL. So,
yeah.
I think we'll be all right, Rombo.
I do too. You know what I'm saying? Because, and if Jimmy G does hit all those big-time stats, he'll win comeback player of the year with ease. If he gets anywhere near what his production was when he left in 2017, because he's got to get back to that. Because last year we saw Jimmy struggling with the rest of the guys learning the offense. People think all of a sudden, Jimmy G regress. Come on, man. How you going to regress in 3-4 months? Listen, can't you see what's going on out there? So a lot of people didn't realize Jimmy was out there like everybody else trying to learn the offense. It's one thing about learning rehearsed plays, but it's another thing learning the real deal and going out there and just listen, Kyle call them long name plays and make it happen, So, and we could tell by that play when you saw him throw that ball out there to Kendrick Bourne. Bourne spin left. He was supposed to spin right. God. And Jimmy throws an INT. I said, come on, man, y'all. Man, not during the game. Get that ironed out during practice. So,
Right. Yeah, I mean, and I think, to be honest, Ronbo, I think last year, I think they probably may have been a little caught up in the hype themselves, and we be honest with ourselves.
Pressure, maybe.
Maybe the pressure.
Yeah, I don't think they believed it. You can't ever get that cool because they ain't been if they've been around for 2 or 3 years, already been to the playoffs once. Yeah, I can see them eating up the hype. But right now, the pressure might have been, hey man, everybody thinks we're going to do good. We got to do really good. If that is what I might.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I meant pressure, not necessarily hype. And I think this year, even though people were saying, yeah, we had a good draft, we had a good free agency, I don't think the expectations are as high from the media. So we can almost go in there and play without any pressure because they're not expecting anything from us anyway.
A lot of people are, though. I mean, your average pay, pretty much all the dailies now are talking about how the 49ers, if, there's a lot of hypotheticals in that word, if they stay healthy. That's the biggest underline for the 49ers. If they stay healthy, they have the potential to be a playoff team. You hear that a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of ifs. Yeah, it's a lot of ifs. So I figure if they keep saying if, just let them keep saying if, and we can sneak up on everybody.
Yeah, that's what I mean, For sure. Hey, what are you looking forward to most of? I'm telling you right now, I've usually been an offense guy because of the fact that we haven't had any up until last year, the year before. Mm-hmm. So I'm always rooting for the defense because we've been beating teams up since Harbaugh's years, right? Back when Fangio was running the defense. But now I'm sliding back toward, I'm looking forward to what the defense is going to do now because that defense looks legit.
I'm with you, Rombo. I mean, I'm looking forward to the defense just because of all the additions we've added. I mean, I'm looking forward to see certain players on offense like Jalen Hurd.
Oh, yeah.
Things like that. But overall, the defense is what for me is what's exciting because we have so many explosive players.
Mm-hmm. And you got to be careful not to take the offense for granted like I'm almost starting to do. Because I already know that offense, you cannot – a brain like Kyle Shanahan, I got a Pro Bowl tight end now that's going to be hard to cover. I got one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. I also may have two if you look at Dante Pettis from last year. And I still got Kendrick, not Kendrick, but we got Kendrick, but I mean, I still got one of the fastest guys in the NFL. He's going to be a problem still. It was Jimmy's go-to guy before last year anyway. He got, Marquise Goodwin is on his best. Oh, we got a weapon there as well. So you look at that and you look at, I got 3 running backs that can do damage. They can do serious damage. Oh, my offensive line knows how to open up holes. So that's why I ain't even worried about the offense. So, defense is starting to make me think, well, watch the defense.
Yeah, I think the offense is going to be fun. I think once they start clicking, we're going to be excited to see them on the field too. Mm-hmm. But I just want to see the defense just, especially with the Rams, man. I'm down here in LA, and I just want to see them just sack Goff a couple of times, take Gurley out the game. Like, I'm tired of them acting like they're so good.
Oh, yeah. God. I mean, the Rams been ass. For how many years have we owned the Rams? And how many? And ever since way back when, but it was the phrase that we've never gotten over. Same old sorry ass Rams. It's been like we've owned that team. Now all of a sudden they got back at us for a couple of years, and like you say, every time you see the Rams now, boy, y'all ain't no good, are you? Man, you go start. You go start after 2 seasons? All right.
Oh, yeah. Man, come on, Ronbo. See, my thing is, I wish we would have got an expansion team. Yeah. But to bring the Rams back after they went to St. Louis, they won a Super Bowl. LA didn't win a Super Bowl. St. Louis won the Super Bowl.
That's right.
So it's kind of fake, man. Mm-hmm. It's kind of fake. It's just, come on. And I know how fickle people are here, so if they open that stadium up and they're not winning, it's going to be hard for them to fill them seats, Ronbo. But it's good for me. I'll be able to see a 49er game right down the street. But
there you go. Leon, I tell you what, good stuff, fam. Let me. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow if you got some time. All right.
Yeah, man. I'll try to tap back in with you tomorrow, Ronbo.
Appreciate you in here
Before I
tonight,
go,
too.
man. Oh, appreciate you too, man. Before I go, man, just gotta say, man, Niners since I was a minor was a nation to an empire, bro.
Wait. Do that again. I want to remember that one. What? It's
I said I've been a Niner since I was a minor and was a nation to an empire.
been a Niner since I was a minor and went from a nation to an empire. I like that, man. Yeah. Niners! Yeah, see them all, fam.
All right, man. See you tomorrow, Rombo.
Oh, man. Hey, that's J. Ron. What's up, J. Ron? Devin Hernandez. What's up, fam? Tongan Man 78. What's up, Niners? They go Niners. Hashtag Niners Empire. Hashtag Niners Faithful. Hashtag Niners for life. God bless. There's Mike DeCoy. What's up? Can't wait till minicamp starts. Get this thing rolling. Kenny Powers, 12-4 this season. Flex. 3 times the flex. Bleed red. P-Go. Armstead's going to look like a new ball player. Playing from the inside all the time with good rushers. Because, see, Armstead, man, he gets a lot of flack, but he actually was like the second best defender we had last year, but nobody noticed. Because I did. I paid a lot of attention. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Rombo.
Phil. Well, Phil, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing fine.
That's
I'm
great.
a new grandpa.
Is that right?
Little baby boy yesterday for my daughter, and
wow.
Niner fan.
Congratulations. Wow, that little warm little bundle of hang on with granddad. That's awesome. You're going to love it.
Yeah.
Well, Phil.
So anyway, no mention of Quan Alexander.
Well, I could think I could have put his name down on the list too, but let's add him now, okay? Because I was trying to think of all the players that had come back from injuries last year and lost half the year, but Quan is on the list of comebacks. You're right. Did I leave anybody else out?
No,
That's it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because we got so many.
know,
But Quan, man, if he comes back being Quan, good Lord, with everything that's in front of him.
With him and Fred chasing down, they're going to be integral in chasing down these fast quarterbacks in our division and who we have to play.
And we got a lot of them. We got all of them.
I think Dre Greenwald is going to be our starting Sam. I really think so.
And they want him to lose weight. Somebody just mentioned. Yeah. Oh. Phil, that's probably the plan. They want Greenlaw because of his ability to run and chase like he does, and get down a little weight.
Tight ends going down the seam.
Yes. Because Fred does a good job with that, but still, you could reassign Fred.
Yeah, you got Quan and Fred on the inside, and
Yeah. Because you want to keep your best defenders on the field. If Greenlaw is one of the better defenders on the field, you want to keep him on that field. I agree.
Then you let Jimmy Ward run free because he doesn't have to cover, and you let Jakarski get the run.
He could be a rover out there. Now, Kowalski, too, if he can read the defense as well and offense well, and I think he's gotten better at that since he started. Now he knows where to seek and destroy. He'd be that guy. He'd be the spy for all these guys that like to run. You run, and you get Kowalski. Bam! Oh, came out of nowhere. He's right there, actually.
The two things I'm really looking forward to is the pass rush and how Shanahan uses the offense with all his weapons available.
Oh.
I mean, that is going to be interesting to watch.
It is, Phil, man.
How he uses McKinnon and Coleman and tight end set and Hurd and Deebo Samuel, and you got the wide receivers from the past.
You got Dante. You got
Dante Pettis.
You got Goodwin.
Goodwin and Trent Taylor.
Oh, God.
So I'm looking forward to how he uses all these weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And
He is, too. Kyle can't wait. Yeah, I mean, he's probably salivating. I mean, his wife probably wakes up to go to the kitchen for a drink of water in the middle of the night. There's Kyle sitting out on the sofa. Kyle, what are you doing? Oh, I just had a brainstorm. I had to get up and write it down right now. He looks like that kind of guy, right? Because I heard Kyle used to walk around in a funk. People walk by him as they're walking down the hall. He won't talk to you because he's got his face fastened on his device. And I'm thinking, man, and all he's doing is trying to think of ingenious ways to destroy a defense. See, and I like that kind of focus and concentration, especially my OC, my head coach. Oh, God. It's going to be fun.
And there's our punter.
What? Oh, see?
Punter.
There's another dimension, a new dynamic that Kyle probably has never had the pleasure of using. A kicker that doesn't necessarily have to kick it. I want to see if he can pass the ball. I'll bet he can.
I don't know.
Wow. Man. Because he doesn't have to kick. I mean, here's a guy who can run from sideline to sideline with the ball, as long as he stays behind the line of scrimmage. They can't really catch him. He's fast. He'll buy enough time when he needs. If he sees an opening, he's taking off. If not, he lofts that ball 90, 100 yards in the air, and now the defense goes downfield, and they probably already have, and the kicker's sitting there waiting right along with them. What are you going to do? You better call for a fair catch.
Yeah.
Boom!
And they're on the 5-yard line with Dee Ford and Nick Bosa coming at you. Well, I like it. Fired up. I'm fired up.
God, Phil, I just mentioned how do you think Kasurik's going to deploy a wide 9? Hey, who's going to be on the wide 9 formation?
Well, obviously, Nick and Dee Ford on the ends, and I think it's going to be
Phil? Phil, you broke up on that.
No, I just think it's going to be Dee Ford and Nick Bosa on the ends.
Yeah.
And either Solomon Thomas or sit on in the inside.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm wondering who are the fastest human beings on this team. I'd like to put them on the inside of those pass rushers. I figure I got to believe Eric Armstead's going to be in there. Maybe even Ronnie Blair. I just wonder what would be the track meet coming at him, and there's that gap in the wide 9 that hopefully somebody will walk into.
Well, that's where you got Quan Alexander and Fred Warner coming in the inside blitz.
Oh, that's why that formation, I like the idea so much. I guess everybody in the league knows not to go that gap, though. But, man, I can't wait for this.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Right,
can't say they don't have the tools now.
Yeah, see. Oh, man.
I mean, before we just didn't have the talent. Now we got the talent.
All over the place. All over the place.
Yep.
All right, Phil. Appreciate the fam. Hey, are you? Is mom and child still at the hospital? I mean, do you have?
No,
they're home.
They're back. They're down in towards Santa Barbara area. So,
love that area.
I sent them a Niner beanie and Niner blanket, Niner suit, Niner everything.
And I tell you, what a great time to have that.
The dad is a Cowboy fan, so I've got to.
I mean, all of us got rival fans in our families, I got to walk around with family members wearing Raider clothes. Man. I mean, I still remember back at home. I mean, I'd leave, I'd see my 49er gear all pulled out of my drawers and a bunch of Raider caps and shirts in there. And, of course, one brother will be killed immediately, That's not funny. That's how, what are you doing, man? Man, you stop, man. Put it in the garbage. You are a dead man. It was always, Yeah, anyway. All right, Phil.
So, all right.
See you tomorrow, fam.
All right, later. Bye.
Hey, John Miller is hey, Atlanta fam, Jimmy G.M. Oh, look at this. John Miller came up with a new saying for us, fam. What's up, Atlanta fam? Jimmy G MVP. Wish I would have came up with that one. Jimmy G MVP will throw for 45 TDs, 4,500 yards. Alexander, comeback player of the year. What a scenario. You got G not only winning comeback player of the year, but probably MVP of the year as well. And then you got Quan coming up with all kinds of stats. He grabs the DPO. Why? And James Cruz says, Niners! Same old sorry-ass Rams. Dana Stubblefield, man, they need to put a statue of him outside, especially if the Rams are coming into town, and put that statue right out there where their bus stops, put it right there. Dana be... Wave at them Rams. Same old sorry-ass Rams. Downey Montana, 49er hitter. What's up, Ron Mason? What's up, Donna? Jordan Kelly. He said, hey, DK Metcalf on a screen pass and sees a Keller Weatherspoon. Oh, crap. What we got to do? I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna pray for Akello. Akello ain't scared. Listen, you know what? One thing you learn as a defensive back, you ain't got to deal with no strength and no power with them dudes like that. Ankles are the same on everybody, okay? Go for the ankles. And if you slow him down, there'll be plenty of help to get there. Don't worry. There's plenty of ways to take the big dudes down. You do it with technique anyway. You don't take on size and strength. What was that? Smith says, I'm feeling Jay Ward gonna fool us this season and be a star. Saying so, just saying, I'm saying, hey, you know how I feel about J-Dub, man. I developed a real soft spot for him because he tries really hard, and the only reason he gets hurt is like he said, it's the only way I know how to play. God, Jimmy, man, you gonna get him, man. Paul Salvi, I'll be really surprised if we don't go at least 11-5 next year. We're gonna contend for the NFC West for sure. And even the skeptics and all the guys are always talking about keeping it real. You know, you look around the NFC West, if you want to keep it real, the Hawks are letting people go every day. All of that used to be and identified as the omnipotent Hawks is being reduced on a constant basis. So please give me a break with how tough the Hawks are supposed to be next year. The Rams are going to go through the same spoon as everybody else does when you get your butt beat in the Super Bowl. That's the way it works. And they've had a longer list of people leaving as well. So Justin Rosales says it. Points have been tallied. Browns game, here I come. All right. Justin has accepted everybody's vote. It's the Browns. Hey, Dre. Come on in, man.
Ron Beasley.
Dre, man.
My knees. What's happening, man?
Oh, man, I'm looking at it, trying to figure out, man. You know how we had a hospital ward filled up with people, man, laying up in there and playing checkers and video games and everything else. And now, some of them got to come back and be comeback player of the year because we got so many of them. We should dominate, you know.
Man, I thought we was gonna have to send these cats to a hospice house or something, man. What's going on? Man? We're looking too good. Hey, man. Hey, but I was trying to look up any articles or any previous video interviews of any of our draftees, and I don't see where any coach or Mr. Greenlaw himself said that they wanted him to lose 20 pounds to play DB. I want to know who said that and where they got that information from.
I'm glad you was
that man is an off the ball linebacker, man. That guy he's going to be a nice Sam Becker, man. So I don't know where that came from. Now the way he gets after the ball and the way he was able to get interceptions as a linebacker,
Got Sam written all over.
I wouldn't mind him playing strong safety, but man, that's a Sam backer. So you know what I mean. I'm trying to figure out who said that and where did they get that information from? Because man, I just can't find it. You know what I mean?
How much does he weigh?
Find it. He came in to camp. He was 235. You know what I mean?
See,
he was quite heavy.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Let him play the same.
He actually said he wanted to drop a couple of pounds and get back to like 229, 230. You know what I mean? He was a little bit heavier because he did strain his knee.
And you want to take
right
the weight
before
up
the
off
combine.
Yeah.
Right. So he wants to take some of that off, but man, he's gonna get leaned up, man. But I think what you were saying is what you're most excited to see. I have three. I'm most excited to see Jimmy Garoppolo come on the field and be able to work with, multiple weapons. I'm most excited to see, our running back core, which is probably, man, I'm not just gonna say this, man. It was the Saints, but bro, we have the best running back core in the NFL right now.
Don't feel no shame. I agree.
It's fucking ridiculous, bro. I mean, it's just ridiculous, to have Breida, if he would have been heavy, if he would have been healthy, he would have been well over, 500-600 yards receiving and 1,000 yards rushing. And then you got McKinnon and Coleman. Like I said, Coleman is the only player. There's 6 players in the NFL who has had 8 touchdowns over the previous 3 seasons. You know what I mean? And he's one of those guys. And just to be able to add him is a huge. It's just going to take so much weight off of everybody else's shoulders. And to be able to do that when he did not start all of the games that he played in. You know what I mean? So this is coming off the bench. Yeah. Just sitting on the bench, and they say, hey, tell him. Go in there and get this done, man. And he just goes in to get it done. And the third thing that I'm excited about seeing is, bro, we have 2 players that I think that could be defensive MVPs, and one that could be a comeback player of the year, in Quan Alexander or Verrett. I think it's more Quan Alexander, and I think D Ford and Buckner, bro. Don't be surprised, man, if those dudes are in the running for defensive MVP, bro. Because when you have all of these additions, that's going to make it easier. Like, they're going to have to double somebody. You're going to have to double D Ford or wedge him with the tight end on the edge, and you're going to have to double Nick Bosa, or you're going to have to double it's like the offensive coordinator is going to be like juggling linemen to see how can we get this running back or this tight end to pinch on the edge so we don't get rushed. I mean, that front seven is literally going to take the tight end out of the game. I mean, it's going to have to, or you're going to suffer. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm most excited to see about, man. Like, how are our offensive coordinators going to respond to having this much pressure? And do we just say, okay, we're just going to line up double tight end, and basically, they're both going to be, blocking tight ends, or one is going to have to wedge and wait for a second and then have a late release, which means that one of our linebackers is going to be able to see that wedge and then react quick. So he's going to jump his route, and that can cause an interception. Man, it's just going to be amazing to see that.
And Dre, you mentioned that. The running backs who have to drop back and help protect the quarterback too. So now you ain't even got to check.
Oh down. Yeah, you ain't even got to check down. So I mean, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? And then having that pressure, when you have guys up in your face, especially quarterbacks who don't like to get hit, i.e. Eli Manning, i.e. Tom Brady. We don't play him this year, but there's a lot of quarterbacks that don't like to get hit. And when you're rushed into throwing the ball, man, pick is a given. A pick is a given. So I'm happy to see that. Now I want to come from both sides of the board. We can't just talk about positives. We have to talk about the negative. The only thing that I'm worried, the one thing that I'm worried about is Robbie Gould, man. If this motherfucker gets on the field,
and you had to bring his name up.
Bro, if this motherfucker get on the field and start missing field goals, I'm gonna go crazy, man.
You know what, though? He can't do it. He can't do it, Drake, because
because he still needs his money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, he's lowering his stock,
And ain't nobody going to pick him up. If he wants to go somewhere else and I see him out there missing, he ain't going to get no job.
He ain't gonna get no money. Yeah, you should have just took that money we was gonna give you, bro. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that kind of worries me, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say injury. I'm a high believer in faith. You know what I'm saying? Praise be to the Father, my Heavenly Father. At the end of the day, man, I don't really speak negativities into existence. You know what I mean? The tongue is a powerful sword. Yes. So I'm not even worried about injuries, bro. Like we did the proper things in the off season to make sure that we're gonna nip those small little nicks and cuts. Because you got to play through injury in football. I mean, it's a tough game. I said this last episode, man.
Especially if
anybody who's played football knows it. Yeah, you're gonna have a sore toe, you're gonna have a sore shoulder, thumb, hamstring tightness, all kind of things are gonna hinder you throughout the season. But
every time,
and then
it starts working you mentally. Then you think you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah,
calves. I mean, I can't loosen up my calves.
Right,
my hammies.
Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah, but the good thing about that is, man, only good thing about injuries, especially ours, is there was a lot of guys that got on the field that wouldn't necessarily get on the field. So these guys are really primed to come on the field if we do get an injury, which is the good thing. You know what I mean?
True.
And our defense was middle of the pack. You know what I mean? It wasn't like we had a worse defense. We were number 7 in rush defense and pass defense. I think we were like 16th, 17th. You know what I mean?
Overall, what were we, 13?
Overall, I think we were 13, 14, or 15. One of those. We were like right in the middle of the pack. You know what I mean? And to be playing with not even second stringers, a lot, especially in the defensive back and the defensive backfield. We were playing with a lot of third and fourth stringers, man. You know what I mean? The linebackers, second, third stringers. So I mean, it's just amazing, man.
Jay, you know what? What we're talking about, and that's I agree with what you said. But I'm checking. I see a tweet here. It says in Niners Nations. It says here, former safety ran a 4.53 40, and which is damn fast. On his pro day, is known for his skills in zone coverage, perfect for Salah's defense. Most of his production comes from his athleticism. Sounds like the 49ers just drafted a safety. Uh-oh.
So that was tweeted. Was that tweeted by our website, or was that tweeted by somebody who was an analyst?
That's Niners Nation, but it doesn't give any other name. It just says Niners Nation. That could be them. Maybe that's where this person read it from. So I mean, they're telling the truth about Greenlaw as far as his production comes. Like I was one of the guys to say that when you watch him, his pass coverage is pristine to be a linebacker, and the way he runs out there, he does look like a strong safety. But you know what, though?
His ability to
They need to go ahead and keep him and put him at the Sam, like we're saying.
Keep him where he's at.
And let Malcolm Smith just go ahead and have a seat. Malcolm can back him up. He ain't got to go home, but he ain't got to come on the field either.
I would like Malcolm. I think he'll be good to coach the guys into the system, to help them learn the system, to give some pointers. I mean, he was a Super Bowl MVP, so it is good to have somebody who's been there and done that before on your squad. You know what I'm saying? He could be, a spiritual leader for some of these young guys. You know what I'm saying?
To a spiritual leader. I like it.
Yeah, bro. I definitely, you know what I mean? I definitely like having a guy like that. You know what I mean? Somebody who's been there and done that. You know what I mean? And to coach up these guys.
But we want to see Greenlaw.
We don't need any more. Yeah. And this is the thing, bro. We've seen what happened with Solomon. You know what I mean? We've seen what happened with Armstead for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to have any more seasons where we seen what happened with Jimmy Ward. Boy, busted up his shoulder. We don't want to have any more seasons where guys are playing out of their position, bro. Let's keep them where their strong suit is. Yeah, man, it just don't make no sense, man. We don't need Dre out there trying to cover wide receivers all day. Keep him in the front seven, bro.
He could just play. SAM. Dre, let me see them all, fam. And if we get,
shout out to the Niner Empire, man, and Trey Trash, you know what I'm saying, my boy Big Show, you know what I'm saying, TNT fam, my boy Will, you know what I mean, Sheik, you know what I'm saying, we out here, Niner Empire, man, peace out.
All right, Dre.
All right, man.
Appreciate you, fam.
All right.
Have a good night. Oh, yeah, they made a lot of good points. All right, and let's see, 007. Hey, 007.
The name is Bond.
What?
James Bond.
Dun, 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 boom, boom, ba-dum, dun, dun, dun. Oh, 07. Tell you, man. We're looking at, it's pretty funny that the question would come up of comeback players of the year. And the 49ers, we have an army that'd be eligible for this, right? I mean, we had so many guys go down last year, you would think that, like, they just came back from the Middle East wars or something, you know? My God, guys, this is a football game. Why do we have so many casualties? My God. So it's pretty funny when you think of some of the names that are eligible. Jimmy G, of course, being on the list, our list of being top the potentials. And then you got Jason Verrett. Any of your Pro Bowlers that are on this situation, of course, you put them at the top of the list as far as the league goes. But then I look around our team, and you look at all the guys that are eligible to come back and have a great season so we can say things like, hey, at 007, so I got to have people to join me, and I'm starting now because midway through the season, when Jimmy G's already, let's say game 9, and Jimmy G's got 3 INTs already, and I'm sitting back saying things, see, I told you guys! I told you! J-Dub Bunch is alive and well! So, I'm just letting you know if you want to join us now or wait,
What, join you for what?
The J-Dub Bunch. Why? Supporters of Jimmy Ward, because Jimmy doesn't get a lot of support. He gets a lot of nasty things said about him. And I am here to say nice things about him, and I wonder if anybody would like to join me.
I'm so that's really tough for me because I think when I saw him at free safety, he played pretty good.
Yeah.
But when he played cornerback,
Yeah.
he was getting burned. He was getting burned playing cornerback.
See, 007, that's what I want to see. Stop putting him at corner. If you're going to put him at that, he can play the slot, not bad. But he's a free safety. Let him play free safety. Huh?
He shouldn't be on the outside.
No, I agree.
Like 5'2".
I agree.
And he's the only a couple corners that I've ever seen in the NFL under like 6 foot are like elite shutdown guys. The only guys I can think of would be the recent rookie Ward, the guy that the Browns drafted number 4
Denzel.
overall.
Yeah. Hey, 007, wait a minute. Look at the Chicago Bears cornerback. I don't know how tall those guys are, but those guys are as sticky as it gets. I'm really impressed with the Bears cornerbacks. I don't know if Fangio taught them that or what, but those guys are tough. And they look like they're about 5'10" at the most.
You know what they had last year?
Well, yeah.
A pass rush.
Boy, see that? See. You know, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
That Khalil Mack hitting the quarterback every other play. So the quarterbacks are throwing the ball real fast, getting hit, and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it works every time. Makes your cornerbacks look like they're all pro all day. See?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think you were talking about if someone might be comeback player of the year on our team. Mm-hmm. If we make the playoffs, it's going to be probably most likely Jimmy Garoppolo is probably the favorite to win comeback player of the year if we make the playoffs, because that would end the 49ers playoff drought, and then it would show everybody that Jimmy G's not a fluke.
It proves so many situations if they do that. Like you're saying, Jimmy G proves he's not a fluke. And also puts Kyle Shanahan finally in a position to be winning coach of the year. There's just all kind of good things that could come from the 49ers making the playoffs this year. We can walk around, tell the Rams to shut the hell up now. I can't wait for that day. Raider fans will stop coming over to my post, even when it's none of their business, saying things that have nothing to do with anything other than to troll up a whole bunch of people. You know what I mean? I mean, life would just improve on so many different levels, 007.
Yeah, but I mean, can't do anything about that.
Not now. So.
But it's gonna be good, man. What I'm looking forward to is I know
for a fact the Niners are going to be good enough to where when I watch every game next season, I'm going to know that the Niners can win that game. Every game they play. If Jimmy G's on the field, and no matter what the score is, as long as it's not crazy, the Niners have a chance to win every game, and it's going to be exciting to watch.
Yes. Especially, and we'll be excited just to see a close game after a while. There's going to be blowouts next year, 007. I need to look at the schedule again. I'm gonna have my blowout list ready for next time. Some of the teams we're gonna really beat up on. I do see that happening next year. Somebody's gonna get beat bad because when you have a combination of this kind of offense and you give this kind of offense the kind of defense that potentially is building, somebody's gonna get embarrassed.
Well, now we just have to hope, because one thing I was thinking about today, we have to hope that Jimmy G can get through the preseason and practice enough over the summer, because it all depends on how his ACL recovery is going. If he can practice in the summer, and if he can play in a couple preseason games to make sure he's 100% healthy, then that's good. But what if he misses practice time? What if he misses the preseason because they don't want to re-injure him? He might be a little rusty coming out the gate the first month of the season.
Well, that's the preseason for you. He has no business being rusty. I got to tell you, though, if you've not heard the reports, Jimmy G's running around out there now with not a lot of pain. As he said, he's pretty much throwing the ball. What he couldn't do a month or two ago, he's doing well now, because it's about pushing off and things like that with your legs. And so if he's feeling that good with 4 months to go before we even get to the season, I suspect, and he's already said himself, he does see, as long as there's no setbacks, that he should be ready for game one.
Hopefully. I really hope so. Most likely that's what it seems like, but
Tell us, how do you feel about Nick Mullins starting game one? You're playing against Tampa Bay. Nick probably wants to get that team back anyway. They beat him up last time. But now Nick's coming in with a whole host of buddies that have his back. I'd love to see Nick start for game one, actually, if he wants to. If Kyle wants to let Jimmy wait one more week.
Yeah, no, I would.
Yeah, I wouldn't hesitate to put Nick out there. Nick's tough.
Hey, Nick Mullins, man, and plus, it's always good. There's a saying, the wolf climbing the hill, the wolf on top of the hill is never as hungry as the wolf climbing the hill.
Climbing up the hill, yeah.
Hey, those quarterbacks who are trying to make a name for themselves, every starting opportunity is a great opportunity for that quarterback to show not only his team, but the rest of the NFL, like, hey, I'm good. I'm good. I deserve a raise. You know what I mean? Like, I deserve a raise when my contract comes up. Yep. It's a great opportunity, and he looks like he's just made out of the right stuff to be successful.
Oh, yes, the guy's got grit. He's so serious out there. He focuses. He works really hard. There's no doubt about it. So Nick Mullins, I look for him to be a lot better next year than he was last year. And he wasn't bad last year. Dang, 007, we got to go, though, fam. Let's see you tomorrow.
All right, check this out, all right?
All right.
Hold on. James Bond.
007, you have a great night. Talk to you tomorrow.
Right.
Oh, God. I love it. Well, let's see. Who are you? And why'd you kiss me? I wish one time one girl had said, who are you? And what do you mean kissing me? I'm Bond. That's what I do. Chad Garrison says, Happy Mother's Day to Mrs. Ronbo Sports. Oh, thank Chad. And Mark Espinoza. They say Solomon Thomas for comeback or Eric Armstead. You see, I couldn't put them on the list. They didn't take any time off last year. or that got hurt, they just weren't having great seasons. I still say right now, Eric Armstead did a lot of things that didn't stand out last year. And I think it is one of the reasons why the DeForest Buckner had his best year as far as sacks go, because people are having to deal with Armstead, who creates a lot of violence as well. I know. And nobody's going to buy that one either, though. Mad Mardigan was 1680 says, hey, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Mad Mardigan. Mario P. Jimmy G's going to have an MVP season. I hope so. Adrian Gutierrez is comeback player of the year. Jimmy G, Rookie of the Year. Nick the Beast Bosa. And David Kudajar says, hey, please address Witherspoon comment. They're going to exploit. Dave, remember one thing. With that frontline defense, I got to tell you, and I say this with all, I sincerely mean this, Ahkello Witherspoon's job is going to be a lot different than it was last year, and a lot easier than it was last year. You remember when Ahkello's out there chasing wide receivers around for up to 10 to 15 minutes on every snap? I'm not talking about during the course of the game. I'm talking about every snap. There's Ahkello and the receiver. Our frontline defense, yeah, you would not believe how much difference it makes if that time is cut down. So if anybody thinks that Ahkello's going to suck or be anything like he was last year with the frontline support he's going to have this year, guess again. Now, what's going to end up happening, though, is Verrett is just really too good if he's ready to play, and Ahkello may have a little trouble trying to get Verrett's job. Ahkello's going to have a little trouble maybe getting his job back, but it's going to be a competition. But as far as what we've seen last year, stop looking for that. Stop looking for it. You're not going to see anything similar to what you've seen last year in that secondary. Nothing. That's too much pressure up front. If that quarterback sits back and I'm waiting for my receiver to break free. Yeah? No, I'll be home early. What do you need? Oh, wait. Yeah, I think he's open now. I'll call you back. That's over. All that bull is over. Quarterback's going to be in trouble now this year. He is going to get jumped, and that gives advantage defense. Wait for it. Hey, there he is. Oh, Jesus, my Kings loses my James.
Hey, hey, Rombo, how you doing, man?
James, doing all right, fam. Let's sit back here and laughing about the 49ers and comeback player of the year, and we got so many potentially. Because, most of our guys was on Blue Cross last year. And the 49ers said we're going to have to quit paying insurance on some of these people because we didn't know we was going to have to pay this much insurance. Good Lord.
That's something. But I tell you, though, I was listening to the other callers that had called, and the guy made an interesting point about Greenlaw. And the last caller you had on, he definitely summed it up when he said that, this guy is, first and foremost, the deal with Greenlaw is he's got such phenomenal coverage skills, man. You understand? I mean, it's like, to me, when by picking Greenlaw, I think they kind of knew when they called Malcolm Smith in a while back and redid a contract where his salary amount had decreased exceptionally. And I think the reason for that is because they knew that they were either going to pick Josh Allen, who had exceptional coverage skills, or, let's be realistic, these organizations have scouts that these scouts are looking at these players 2 and 3 years before they even, right out of high school, in the college, they're being, they're everything they're doing in that sport is being recorded and it's being, teams are watching it because this is a player they might pick 3-4 years down the road. But the thing about it, with Greenlaw and Alexander and Fred Warner, and that means now we have a defense that's good enough now on paper, and I do believe are going to be just as good on the field and even better than they are on paper, is because simply now you've got a shutdown corner in Richard Sherman on one side of the field that a quarterback can't throw to that side because of them. And now you've got a coverage linebacker on the other side of the field that's so good that he can basically take away the short intermediate stuff that quarterback wants to get just to get first down. You understand, like the little safe throws, little check down screens and quick slants. Greenlaw, I've watched. Someone said that they couldn't find the highlights on these players. Well, the guy didn't say he couldn't find the highlights. He said in the highlights, no one had talked anything about him playing safety. And, I just mean this season, it's going to be a great season for us. Our expectations are extremely high. This new coaching staff and GM regime, they've turned things around in the years they've been there. Today, believe it or not, Rombo, today I watched on the NFL Network the 49ers Saints playoff game back in 2012.
Oh,
When we had Alex Smith and we had that such ferocious defense, and I'm sitting here watching it, I'm saying, "Oh, Father God, you are so good." Because 2 years ago, I would have watched that and I would have had to take an aspirin before the kickoff, and I would have had to take another aspirin and maybe a Tylenol
at the
by
half.
the end of the third quarter, and then I'd have to put a pillow over my head because for a while and be real quiet because it was so hurtful to look at what we had defensively 2 years ago to what we have now.
Oh,
And I mean, and now here it is, I mean, it's the team is so loaded right now. I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't care who says, "Well, James, do you think you putting the cart before the horse?" I'm gonna put the cart and his saddle before him and his neck harness.
yeah.
It's Super Bowl of bust. Okay, it's Super Bowl of bust. That's all these offensive weapons that Kyle Shanahan has got for this team. And let's be realistic. I heard that sorry piece of dog feces by the name of Nate Burleson.
Oh,
Oh, who who
God.
who would who were the better receivers? Who got the better receivers out because they were saying who had the better draft between Niners and the Raiders, of course.
Yeah.
And Burleson was like, well, any team that goes and any team that wins, they're gonna have the best receivers in AB.
Oh.
And I'll still say it today. When it comes to AB, any receiver that was on a team where you had a starting quarterback was probably one of the top 3 best quarterbacks in the league. Big-bodied individual, could sling it around, will go to you deep in any game.
Mm.
I don't know what was going on in Pennsylvania. It's not my concern with what happened in Pittsburgh. But I am so glad that we don't have him in San Francisco.
Yeah, AB's. Yeah, that's you cannot have a diva in you. And even if he promised to act right, sign papers and everything else, it's in him to carry himself like that, and that's it's a problem.
We're gonna see some. I can say it like this: this season for the Raiders, it's gonna boil down to one or two things. And when they're winning a few games, oh man, they on every sports channel that you could turn to. When it when they start losing and it starts to go sour,
Here comes the media. Here comes the media.
Yeah, you got Antonio Brown and you got Derek Carr bumping heads now.
And Gruden, who doesn't really, and everybody knows he doesn't really like Derek.
He doesn't really like Derek Carr as it is. Okay. Yeah. So now at the end of the day, that's the scapegoat that Gruden needs to say, well, yeah, this is why we We changed quarterbacks, and we went after another young quarterback. I mean, it's like it could go volatile for the Raiders and get really nasty, and I could see them actually
I hope
trying
so.
to call Shanahan to see, or
See if you
calling Lynch, to see if
get some Nick. Hey guys, you guys want to give up on Nick? Nick, what do you
guys want
want,
to give
John?
up on Nick.
Well, no, I want to
And
know if you. Yeah.
I hope John Lynch would tell him, hell no. But if you want CJ,
Yeah.
we'll give you a player. We'll give you a cornerback and CJ.
And James, I would remind him of that deal. Remember, I asked you guys about Khalil Mack. What'd you tell me? How about Amari Cooper? All right, I get it. Just hang up the phone then. I didn't talk to them people.
They,
God.
like
Anyway.
I said, man, it's a beautiful thing when you look at what we've got right now and the starting out of the schedule. I mean, I'm looking at it like with this schedule and the players we got right now, I'm going to tell you, man, I would love to see that defense get after some offenses like that. Like we ain't seen it since 2012, man. I bet.
It's coming up, James. Tell you what, James, we got to stop. We'll tell you what,
Yes, sir,
I'll be looking for you
Ronbo.
tomorrow. And ain't no
Sure,
telling what's
man.
got between tomorrow. It's Monday. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for all that you do. And as usual, Nana Empire, Nana for life. Have a great evening. Be blessed. Thank you for the platform you provide.
Thanks, Jason. It's my pleasure, too. Appreciate you, fam.
All right.
See you
Take
tomorrow.
care.
Yeah, I really wish the the Raiders would call up talking about, hey, listen, John, it's John. What? John Gruden. Oh, hey, John. What is it? Oh, you got an attitude today? No, I'm busy. What do you want? Oh, I want Nick Mullins. What? You heard me. What? He's not for sale. You're still pissed off about that Khalil Mack deal, aren't you? Listen, John, I've got to go. Got to hang up the phone. Oh, revenge would be so sweet. Hey, Kevin Robinson! 49ers defense, the Golden Gate. I like that. The Golden Gate, where there's no escape. Players come in, but they don't come out. What? 808 fam, Niners! Hey, Kenny Powers says every one of the teams is on notice, coaches included. If we don't get any wins and championships, the Empire will explode with disgust. In our worst days, we haven't won an 0 for season in a long time. I think 49ers have never had an 0 for season all year, or in the entire time, I don't think. But people need to stop contemplating that. 49ers got too much talent to just not win any games. As long as we stay healthy. Now, that's still an issue, though. Easy the third, 805, 90 Empire! Downey, Montana, 49er hitter. Watch Buckner go off this season. 15, maybe? He got 13 last year, right? 15. And maybe before the game starts, both Nick and D got to pay Defo to save them some. Hey, Matt Mardigan says, I'm excited to see DeMontre Moore. He's someone I forgot about. He led the AAF in sacks, so I'm curious to see if he makes the team. I forgot about him, too, now that you mention it. Because I remember when he first came over, I didn't know who he was. And then everybody said this guy leads the AAF. And I didn't know whether to be impressed with that or not. But anytime you lead any league that has more than 2 or 3 guys in it, you need to be impressed to some degree. So we'll see if DeMontre makes the team. Hey, Demetrius!
Rombo, what's going on, man?
Demetrius, man, we're sitting there contemplating which one of our guys of the hundreds that were on the IR, which one of them's going to put a bid in to be the comeback player of the year. And even if it's not for the league, for our team. So, yeah.
Okay. Shit, you could check that box for the whole team. Shit. Yeah, Rombo.
That's cold.
Put our whole team in that category, man. Shit. Forget everybody else.
It's close to being accurate too. I mean, God.
We're going to have the comeback plays and a comeback year, man. 49ers, man.
Comeback
Empire,
unit,
EMP,
right?
man.
Yeah,
You
comeback
already
team
know.
of the year.
As one. As
God,
one.
man.
Kyle Shanahan leading the way. Let's get it.
Mhm.
Well, how you doing tonight, man?
Oh, doing great, fam. I'm just sitting here watching the days go by, finally get back into camp, get all the little thrilling notices on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Let's
That's
take your
what's up,
time
Rombo, man.
before we get there. We need to let Quan heal up, let Jimmy heal up a little further. I want Jarek McKinnon. So all the time we spend between now and training camp, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Let all these guys heal up,
Just
get strong.
imagine. Yeah, just imagine, no, Rombo, like, how we talking about how they going to be against other teams. Just imagine how practice going to be. Holy shit.
Oh, about
You know
practice.
what I
Oh,
mean?
there's where the real game's going to be every day. Man, scrimmages is going to get crazy. You heard about them fights that
Yeah,
the Seahawks used to have every week. They had one day a
but
week. They used to have the defense and
Sherman
offense
going to amp
fighting
it
with
up
each
with the
other.
rookies, man. Yeah, Sherman going to amp it up. He going to be in the
Oh
middle of
yeah.
that. You already
Oh
know it.
yeah.
He going to
Yeah.
slap somebody around.
Yeah. Or you got to encourage
Yeah,
fights,
but
right? Look at that. Man, you gonna let him make ass out of you like that in front of everybody out here? God and everybody watching you get abused like that. Let me watch the next play. Let's see what you can do. Otherwise, you just sit the hell down. Let somebody else come in there and play if you don't feel like playing. You need football talk, right? So pretty soon,
you already
you
know.
got that kid fired up. Here comes that offensive player. He lights him up a little more than he should because he is your teammate. Coaches always have to think about that.
That's true.
Hey, save that for the game, all right? We're family
You
out here.
already
We're just
know.
working together. There's always that one guy.
But that's going to make them better, though. That's
I
going to make
know.
them better, man.
That's true.
That's going to make them so much better, man. We're going to lock it down, though, Rombo. Yo, I was thinking about it, too. Offense, man, like, you could even put Jalen Hurd at the running back. You could put Juice
Oh,
at tight end or put him at the wide out.
versatility.
And have him and McKinnon in the backfield right there, or him and Coleman in the backfield. Like, what the hell they gonna do? You could mix it up. You could put two tight ends with the new guy and Kittle. You could have like a double tight end set. You could have somebody spread out. Like, you could put Hurd back out on.
Oh,
Man, Kyle Shanahan
look at
gonna
that.
mix
And
this shit up.
these are just plays you're coming up with. See, I mean,
Yes,
the
sir.
options are endless, Demetrius. Endless.
Yo, bro. Then you have just imagine Trent Taylor and Debo on one side, and then you have Hurd and Goodwin on the other side. What the hell they gonna do?
Oh
And
my
you
God.
got Coleman and somebody coming out the backfield. You can even line up this dude Mostert on the outside. Like, he's a burner, man. Like, I just want to see how it's gonna go down. Everybody talking about the defense. I give it up. We gonna hold it down. But the offense, woo.
Well, see,
Oh
that's why
boy.
I don't even worry about the offense because Kyle's got so many avenues he can take to whoop a team up. But I want to know how stiff is that defense going to make things for the other team? Because that's where because Kyle ain't nobody going to stop Kyle. But I want to know how the
Man,
defense is going to stop other people.
you know how it's gonna go, Rombo?
Tell
Offense
me.
gonna put them points up, and the defense got to hold that lead. And
I want
that's
to see
how
the
it's gonna
defense
go
produce
all
some
year long.
turnovers too, though. I want to see the defense give the
Yeah.
ball back to the offense. I want to see them picking stuff off the ground because the quarterback got the bejesus knocked out of him. Ball went flying up in the air. He
I
was
don't,
hollering. Quan
I don't see
Alexander
no
came along,
team.
picked the ball up, and ran right into the end zone.
So Rombo, check this out, and you could mark this in pencil or pen, whatever. I don't see no team scoring no more than 17 points on us this year.
Yeah.
And we're going to get at least three to four turnovers per game. That's just my assumption on it. No more than 17 points and 3 to 4 turnovers. As far as Robbie Gould go, if I'm Kyle Shanahan,
Oh,
I'm going for 2 every game,
just let him
straight
know.
up.
Just
You-
let him
Yeah,
know.
just like, yo, man,
Robbie,
look,
we can
I
win
go for
without you,
2
man.
every game. You know what? That's probably what they're going to do. That's probably why they got Jalen Hurd, too. Telling you, Rombo, watch out, man. I'm telling you. That's just what I'm thinking. You know what I
I'll be glad
mean?
we
But
get past the Robbie Gould situation. If this was this time next year, we probably already have our new kicker in place because the 49er scouts going to be watching closely this year for college kickers, most likely. Because next year, Matt Bryant will be like, what, 50, 70 years old? I mean, you can't keep going to get Matt Bryant or think you can go get Matt Bryant, you know? Worries me.
He probably got a steel boot. Yeah. This guy walking around with an orthopedic feet. Wow. But then, Ronbo, that's all. Like, that's crazy, though. But if I'm Kyle Shanahan, I'm going for 2 every game, man. Grab me, go. You got to learn your lesson.
And may as well get good at that anyway. You know?
Good plays could be replaced with good plays, man. There's a good picker out there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But he's great for us, but he's treating us like shit.
I know, right? I wish we could get him to stay, though. I really like him. I mean, dude is he's straight money, Demetrius. As soon as he walks on the field, it's game over.
Yeah, I know. You. That's a fact, Rombo. I'm just, as a fan, I'm kind of disappointed. You know what I mean? But that's just me being a fan. You know what I mean? But shit, I like him. But shit, if he want to go, don't let the door hit you with it, you know.
The sun don't shine.
What?
I know.
You already know, Rombo. But that's all I had tonight for you, man. I just wanted to throw that out there.
And appreciate
you know,
it, too,
how
Demetrius.
Makes the match with our offense, and our defense gonna hold it down, man. We ain't worried about shit. Like I said, BMP for life, man. Rombo, have a great night, bro.
You too, fam. Have a good night.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. There's Demetrius. All right. Let us check on over here. I like the possibility, the offensive possibilities with a guy like Shanahan who won't waste anything. Shanahan's like me, man. When I'm eating my dinner and there's food on the plate, I don't care how big the plate is. It can be filled up from edge to edge. It ain't even a plate. It's a platter. I'm eating everything on the plate. Using whatever bread or anything like that, I'm wiping the plate clean because I just likes food. This is going to be Shanahan. He's got like a buffet laying there of offensive weapons. He's going to use every last one of them. He's probably got a scenario for every defense known to man. Watch this guy, man. That's why I know just watching Shanahan, just like Schrager said the other day, 49ers offense could be one of the most fun to watch in the league. Now, I know everybody says, hey, I don't know, man. Andy's pretty good over in Kansas City. You know, Andy's good. He is. He's got creativity. He's crazy. But he doesn't have the intellect about the game that Kyle Shanahan does. So you need Kyle Shanahan with all the weapons he's got now. Well, there's no dead end to what he's going to come up with either. And there's one thing Jimmy cannot do. Jimmy can throw that sidearm shot. But one thing Patrick Mahomes can do that I have impressed with that nobody I've never in my life seen do on a football field. Now, I've seen it in the NBA, and I've seen guys trying to do the NBA on the playground. But Patrick Mahomes, that boy threw a no-look pass in the NFL? Really? And it worked. I do Mrs. Mahomes' baby boy is special. Hey, Daryl, come on in here, man.
What's up, Rombo?
Daryl, man, we're just sitting here talking about who's our comeback player of the year. And you already know Jimmy's going to be one candidate. Jason Verrett, he's been a Pro Bowler. He's another candidate. Look at Jerick McKinnon. Our list goes on and on as far as in-house guys that come back. I even named Joshua Garnett as being a guy that finally says, okay, I'm done. I'm serious. Mike Person, sit down and let me have my job. Stay out of my way unless I need you. I want to see some things this year that I've not seen. You know what I mean? So what do you think?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking defensively. I had watched some tape on YouTube about Solomon Thomas, the times that he played on the inside.
Right.
Yeah. He was making guards just look silly. Like he was on one of Depot's sacks. Like actually, Solomon Thomas really caused that because he went straight up the middle, and just beat the guy so bad.
He's got it. He can.
But Jimmy G for comeback player of the year though, for real.
I just hope he stays out there the whole 16 weeks. You know, everybody's now talking about he's accident, he's injury prone. Oh my God, we overpaid him. You know, a lot of people have knee-jerk reactions, and as you looking around, Carson Wentz, I guess, will be in that same boat, right? Carson hasn't put in a complete season yet either. You know,
nope.
So, I just hope Jimmy's not going to be in that situation. We need him out there. But,
Yeah.
you got Jimmy, you got Jason, you got how about Jarek McKinnon? Could he come back in the crowd? He's coming back in and dominate because, you need two healthy legs, and hopefully that leg's healthy to deal with Tevin Coleman, Matt Breida, Raheem Mostert. They just picked up another couple of running backs. I don't know what they look like.
Oh, yeah, that Austin Slater kid, right?
Yes, the table's been set. You either come in, survive, or you don't survive. That's the way it works in every position pretty much for the 49ers this year. Can you stand the heat in the kitchen?
Yep.
It'll be tough.
Well, what else you got, Rombo?
No, that's pretty much what we're doing tonight. Trying to figure out who's going to die and who's going to survive, who's going to come back next year and show everybody. I got my money on my boy Jimmy Ward. I want Daryl. You know what I like about Jimmy Ward? I like having faith in guys like that because nobody else is, other than his mom and his girlfriend, myself, and we have a small group that love Jimmy, want to see him do well, and are rooting for him so we can stand up when our day comes. Week 4, week 5, week 6.
Imagine if he, say the first 4 games he leads the league in interceptions or something crazy like that.
God, I'm going to be talking major squad. Man, I can already see Trey out in V8. Ronbo, man. Finally. This time when Trey says finally, it'll be because Jimmy G finally came around to prove everybody wrong. G!
Yeah.
So, Jimmy Ward.
All right, Rombo, that's all I got for tonight. I just thought I'd check in. I'll see you on Monday Night Raw.
Hey, glad to hear from you too, Daryl. Talk to you tomorrow then.
All right.
Have a good night.
All right.
Yeah.
You too. Bye.
I know what you're taking, man. Rombo, man, you need to chill out with that J-Dub stuff. I'm not chilling nothing out. I'm telling you, I'm warming it up. But, hey, Justin is a J-Dub member.
My back is killing me. I'm getting older. Holy shit.
But hey, Justin, he sounds like he's in a WWE match, and Ric Flair's got him in a headlock. Justin.
What? Oh, did I hit that alarm? Oops.
Justin, what are you doing?
I'm sorry.
What is going on?
Oh my. Okay. Hold up. Let me paraphrase.
Yeah.
I know 21 is not old, but damn it, my back is.
Well, wait, what are you trying to do?
Okay, so I was just listening to something, and I just said my back is killing me.
Wait a minute, is that right? Were you yelling out things like my back is killing me? You can't have a back killing you at 21. Didn't you just tell me you had your birthday the other day or something? Oh, man.
It's coming up.
And it's coming up. You're not 21. So that means by the time you're 23, you're going to be using a walking stick? Come on, Justin. Snap out of it.
Hey. I might be at Robbie Gold's age with his. You know?
Justin, your mic is rubbing up. Something's bumping up against something. You got a lot of going on.
Hold on. All right. Is that hello?
Yeah, that seems to work. I think that cleared it up. Right.
Okay.
Well, Justin
got it. All right.
Well,
let me say, how you guys doing today? How's the faithful doing today? How are you doing, Rombo? How are you doing?
Fabulous. Yes, indeed.
There you go. How you guys? Well, I saw the predicted starters today. I thought it was baloney.
Bleacher Report, I posted that. They're not paying attention to what the 49ers are doing. That looked more like a random setup than anything else of what
Tevin Coleman starting over Breida.
Yeah.
Coleman starting over Breida.
And K'Wan Williams
in what world?
is going to lose the corners, the slot coverage to Jimmy Ward, and Jimmy Ward's already been slated to be competing for the free safety position. So I don't know what's going on in Bleacher Report between Matt Miller and whoever else is doing things. They need to really stop, relax a minute, and think. Justin, your microphone's going wild again.
And this is the same guy that posted about the Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch.
It is Matt Miller.
Apparently.
Matt does not know what's going on, does he? He has no clue. God, what's wrong with him?
don't think they. I don't. You know what? I think this whole thing that the feud was. I think it was probably someone like that was like seeing them like maybe how sometimes it's like this. You and your coworker are working together. You're bound to argue at some point, right?
At least.
I bet that's what. I bet that's what happened. I bet that's what happened, and someone was like, "Oh, it's this and this," and I'm like, "What? No, what? No."
I'm sure it was brief. I mean, whatever it was probably some small altercation or disagreement on something. You can't work that close with somebody and get along all the time. Justin, you still got a lot of noise going on. Is there any way you can clear that microphone?
Oh. Okay. Well, let me just take the headphones off.
Oh yeah, that might. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
I'm just thinking that Breida is probably going to be starting. Probably going to be starting. To be honest, week 1 he will be starting. There's no Coleman, even though Coleman's a great player. I'm not going to lie. He's a great player. He's a good pass running back. But is he better than McKinnon? That's the question. Is he better than McKinnon? That is the big question because. And to be honest, I think McKinnon has him beat in that position. So,
but they can both be used. They don't necessarily. In fact, I would have Matt Breida pretty much run between the tackles all day long, especially if I've already got guys that I can throw to out of the backfield. Why bother to let McKinnon, especially when Breida does that so well? So. Go ahead. Yeah. I'm going to throw to Tevin. I'm going to throw to Derek. I'm going to line them up in all different kind of ways. DC is going to look up and they're going to see Tevin Coleman in the slot or Jerick McKinnon in the slot, and they're going to be calling timeout. I mean, it can get real crazy out there,
Yeah, it's like this. Even though they haven't done well, even though I don't know why they don't use this, I think the Bengals have one of the best three running backs, the best 3 attack running backs. They got Jeremy Hill, they got Jernova Bernard, whatever his name is, and then you got Joe Mixon.
Yeah,
that could be, that's like what I compare them to because those are 3 running backs that can run the ball and can get past and can catch the ball too for extra yards too, receiving after catch, yards after the catch. That is something I compared these 3 set of running backs to because Bengals had the thing, but they didn't use it that well. 49ers had that chance to not beat the Bengals, and where they used that is to their advantage, But I don't, but all this is really good. At the same time, our offense is good, our defense is good. I'm worried about the special teams, at least for the kicking position, because I don't know what's going on with Gold. I really don't. He hasn't reported to camp. He hasn't, and apparently the Bears are not even interested in bringing him back because they just trade for a kicker. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
The Bears are not.
Yeah. Well, the Bears weren't going to. The 49ers were going to have to ask for a huge ransom if they wanted to get Robbie. So I don't know if Robbie's impressed with the Bears doing what they did. Green Bay doesn't want him. That's still close. What other places close to Chicago as far as teams go? Minnesota?
The Buccaneers probably need a kicker.
Tampa Bay?
The Buccaneers probably. Tampa Bay needs a kicker. I know that for sure. They need a kicker. They struggled for hugely about years.
Yeah, but he may as well stay in San Francisco. That coast, that's East Coast, Southeast Coast, as a matter of fact. So if he's looking to get closer to Chicago, I don't know if he did. He didn't do himself any favors going to Tampa. Well, maybe Tampa Bay is a little less miles. You still got to take a plane, though.
Yeah.
So
they don't want anything to do with Grubb. They traded for a kicker right from the Raiders, the 7th-round pick. They traded for the backup kicker, not Carson, the other one. I forget his name.
So Robbie can figure. Robbie's probably PO'd now with the 49ers. See what you guys did?
Yeah.
I could have been in Chicago. Now there's no chance.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So
Justin, try to think.
I hope and pray. I hope and pray he doesn't well, you know what? If they don't trade me, I'm just gonna mess up and never kick. I hope he doesn't have that mindset.
No, he can't.
Because sometimes players are petty.
No, he can't.
Sometimes players are petty.
Like I know, like Amari Cooper dropping passes. But you know what? When you're a kicker, what are you're gonna tell people when you get to the other team? Listen, I'm still Robbie Gold. I missed those balls on purpose. Yeah. Okay. Well, you better not miss now, or you already I know. I'm just saying. I just wanted to get out of San Francisco. I'm okay. That would be so funny.
Yeah, and I know you get pissed off. I know you would be.
Oh, extremely pissed off. Because Robbie used to be straight money. Detroit and Indy. Thanks, Kenny. Donabelle says Indiana and Minnesota and Cleveland. Yeah, those places are all closer to Chicago. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if any of those teams need kickers, though.
I do. I really like. I think we're really good. I just worry because like you said, you don't want to be like the wild kicker, like missing like touchdown, then like miss out another extra point, touchdown, miss another extra point, and be like, I don't want that risk. Like,
that would drive us all nuts.
Yeah, and I really hope we do well this year because I really do, I really do think that Jimmy has like all the tools in this offense now. He has every weapon at his disposal.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to him to see how he uses it because there's no excuse.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. And this is the first time in 3 years, like since the NFC Championship game against Seattle.
Yeah.
The 3 years, first time in 3 years, I've actually felt like, okay, we have a chance. Because to be honest, what you saying?
I'm listening.
To be honest, when we had Tom Sula and we had Gabbard under, like I was like, oh no.
We're trying to pretend like our defense can keep us in the game, but our last year of any kind of defense was 24. Well, 15 wasn't real bad, but we still didn't have a pass rush, and they were learning a new defense. And they were struggling because they were slow with it. They weren't playing fast because they were learning. That's why I didn't want to. That's why when everybody says, get rid of Robert Saleh, get another. I don't want to do another defense beginning again. Let them get used to this defense. Please, Lord, let them get used to this defense so they can play fast without thinking and get it done.
Yeah, that's the reason Alex Smith struggled because they kept switching offensive corners every year. Offensive corners every year. And then they keep switching coaches and then
your team is not going to progress like that. They're not.
No, it's not. And I hope and pray that we at least advance somewhere to playoffs because I want every coordinator or player to act Stephen A. Smith and be like, ha, aha, aha. And I don't want to hear nothing out of you.
And ask to be one of his guests. Stephen A., let me come on the show.
Yeah.
For what? Gosh, you've been talking about me for how many years? I just want to get face to face with you. And that little timeline you do with whomever. Let you and I do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God, I'd love to have that opportunity.
It would be. It's so like this year. Like I think we have a real shot. Like yes, I understand. Like the Cardinals got playmakers. They got that kid from what's that kid's name? I think
Kyler Murray.
No, not Murray. The wide receiver from I forget what his name is.
Oh, Hakeem Butler.
What's his name?
Butler?
There you go. Hakeem. I thought he was I thought we were going to get him. I really did. I'm like, oh, he's right there.
Hakeem has hand issues. I don't know. You could have got him like as late. Everybody knew you could get a Hakeem late in the draft. Now, I figure that must be for some strange reason. DK Metcalf, I'm not sure why in the world, other than the fact that his cone drill killed him that bad. I thought he'd go at least in the third round. Hakeem was on the phone crying and everything else because they finally picked him up. But everybody said, Hakeem, DK Metcalf is the number one receiver in the 2019 draft. Round 1, no DK. Round 2, no DK.
I called it.
Round 3,
I
no.
called it.
Did you call it?
I called it. Remember, I called it. I said, hey, we're going to draft the round 2. And you're like, no. He did. He did. I knew it was going to happen. I knew. I was like, I told you.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about DK or Debo?
TK. Because he said he was going to be drafted first. Yeah, I told you he was going to be drafted in the second.
Surprise.
And as soon as he dropped him, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it. Boy. I had a feeling that he wasn't all that hype.
You know what? I understand he's having a good time in practice over there. I'm not sure if it's just, I don't know what it is, but you get these little reports.
But how can you learn?
I don't know.
How can you learn off it? Baldwin's gone. Baldwin is gone. Cam Chancellor's gone. What does Seattle have, like, on the offensive defensive side, that leadership on both sides?
And when you get a chance, send a tweet to Nate Burleson. Nate, the Seahawks are not what they used to be. Stop talking like they're still a force, Nate. You talk about how great they are, and then you turn right around and slide something nasty toward the 49ers. He said something good the other day, but it wasn't anything to do with the team. It was about the fans.
Mm-hmm.
He says, we can look forward to, finally, the football gods may give us a break this year. Oh, thanks, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Okay. But what about the Rams? Rams still own that West. Oh.
How?
I don't know. I do not know.
How? That's so embarrassing. I'm pretty sure, like, if my team only scored 3 points in the Super Bowl, you'll never see me again in the uniform. Nope. Am I FNF? No. No. 3 points? No. No.
And I got guys leaving the team that was on that 3-point scoring team, and now I'm going to come back and dominate the West? Why? Okay. Anyway, Justin, we got to go, fam. Let me see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. And, hey, take care, people, and have a good night. And happy Mother's Day to Mrs. Rombo, okay?
Yeah.
Don't worry, Rombo. Your Father's Day is coming up. Don't worry.
There it is. Justin, man. And be careful with that back, man. Don't be lifting up heavy phones.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I might tear something like Ward did, okay? I might tear something like Ward did.
That's not funny. You cannot pick on J-Dog. Not it. All right, man. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh, God. And Frost. Let me see. Let me get this right now. Frost WSA. Maybe I just call it that. Frost WSA says, happy Mother's Day to all the special ladies in everyone's life. Yes! And Brandon Williams says, what's up? What's poppin', fam? Not Empire. Memphis chapter. Oh, G's in the building, Brandon! Elias Lopez. What's up, fam? And Adam Barty, otherwise known as AJ. And no lie, that Santa Clara Stadium has many unknowns, wins, full season with a great quarterback at the helm. We need to be more than proven, tried, and true. I know it's a tall order, but John Lynch is on the clock. Full disclosure. No yes guy here. 49ers need to be royal gold this year to convince me. I know. And the 49ers needed at least 3 years to assert themselves. And last year, actually, I would not count last year because, at one point, you have to separate between an excuse and a reason, and they're two different things, right? And what the 49ers have done is it seems like they've addressed that possibility as well. Nick Mullins can actually come in as long as he's got that defense that they've got right now and an offense that he has. The 49ers can actually stay afloat, I do believe, even if something happened to Jimmy. Now, I don't want that. I don't want to talk that into reality. But before, they had no real high talented depth, right? So now you look at what they're doing with that defensive line. Well, you got 2 edge rushers now. And before, they didn't have a edge rusher. Cassius Marsh, I like Cassius Marsh really as a person and everything. I love those kicks. But OCs were not scared at night when they were trying to make the game plan up as to Cassius Marsh coming off the edge. So, 49ers now have, if something happens to one, they're still okay. Because D Ford is going to create a lot of noise over the other side. DeForest Buckner's going to create a lot of noise in the middle. So the guy on the other side at the big end is also going to have a good time no matter who it is. With D Ford and DeForest Buckner in the middle, I can feel good about putting Ronnie Blair out there. Hell, I might even be able to put Solomon T out there. Now he may not have no trouble because you double team and you're going to get hurt. And that defensive line's got the rotation is heavy now. Good stuff. I still want to see what Contavious Street looks like. I can't wait to see what Street looks like. I got Eric Armstead in there. Last year's second best and most stat prolific defender we had that nobody knows about is still involved. And DeForest Buckner's DeForest Buckner. So we got a defense, and behind them, you got DJ Jones, Sheldon Day can handle the middle too to absorb blocks and take on the run because we got a decent run defense anyway. So now we got a pass rush to go along with the run defense. Oops. And so I'm looking forward to the strips and all that other stuff that comes with a good defense. And I want to hear the quarterback holler, too, as he's going back in the pocket. God! Guys, can I get some help here? Listen, we're the offensive line. You're the quarterback. You need to know your place. You piss us off, and the hell you're getting right now will increase. Yeah, I would love to see this happen. You know what I mean? Because you know how linemen are, man. I mean, the offensive linemen in particular, man. 6'5", 330, 340, you know. Hey! Tyler!
Ronbo, my man.
Hey, T. Oh, man.
Hey, what's going on?
I was sitting here trying to contemplate who's going to be the comeback player of the year. Who you got in mind?
Why are we asking this question?
I know, right?
Silly question.
Tyler already knows. Well, I mean,
yeah,
you might as well share with us since we're on the subject. Anyway.
You know how I told you I had 3 Jimmy G jerseys, and the first 2 that I ordered were online and they were the wrong size, and I bought the one that I wear now in the store.
Yeah.
Well, one of them I'm gonna give to my younger half sister next time I see her. So.
Is she a 49er fan too?
No, she said she'd wear it, so I guess kind of
whether 49er fan or not, it just looks good, right?
Yeah.
God.
Turn her into one.
There you go. And once she starts watching, she probably like them anyway. You know, it's about what people don't know about, and when they do start getting turned on to something, say, "Hey, I like this. I like it. All right."
Yeah, so, I'm actually gonna tell her and be like, "Yeah, you might as well hop on now because it's gonna be a fun ride this year.
Mm-hmm.
Hop on now. You can't get on later. Come knocking on that door after it already opened.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like, sorry, too late. No bandwagons allowed. Sorry."
So Tyler, when you get a chance, go to the chat and say hello to our resident Texan fan. He's actually a 49er, a closet 49er fan that wants to bust out at any moment. He's just waiting to see if the 49ers do well so he can do the bandwagon thing. He's going to leave the Texans watch and become a 49er fan. And
wow.
I can see that coming. Some of these guys are not fooling me for 1 minute.
It's like, why? Like, no, don't get me wrong. You know, be a 49ers fan, be a 49ers fan.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to just jump. You know, the people that bandwagon onto us when we're winning, they don't understand the pain that we've gone through the last 4 or 5 years.
Right.
We've went through all this while they're over there being happy with whatever team they're rooting for. Well, we're over here actually dealing with this, trying to figure out how we're going to get better, hoping that year is going to come where everything falls in line.
No, I hate it.
And it seems like this is going to be the way that it is this year because the sports, like, you can't take this lightly. Hockey players have to be the most in-shape people in the world. They're getting hit all the time.
Oh,
and
brutally, too.
We got sports science guys.
High speed.
These guys. And plus, you could tell some of our guys, you just look at them now, they're getting stronger.
Oh, yeah.
You can just look at them and, man, like you can tell last year Kittle got bigger because he did it on his own. We got guys that they just look bigger.
And the thing is, you're going to have flexibility, too, because you know what? The number one thing, you're probably already going through this. Tyler, how long have you been playing ball? You've been playing for, 2 or 3 years now, right?
Yeah, about 2.
Yeah. The thing that most guys don't want to do, especially football players, they don't want to loosen up. You want to come out and do some mediocre stretching and then go right to it. When really, every coach tells you, stretch out good, guys. Well, most guys don't, for reasons unknown, don't like to stretch out. So you go out there and you do a few things, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go. And twang. You can't explode off of tight muscles. It's not going to work. So, kinesiology. But guys got to get into that.
Check this out, though. My high school coach, the varsity head coach, he came in first year kind of implementing our new weightlifting program, whatever. Like that doesn't, the weightlifting program has nothing to do with, I'm going to tie it into what we're doing. First year he comes in, he has to implement his foundation. Second year, each year Shanahan did the same thing. Each year you're trying to win as many games as possible. You're telling these guys, hey, we can do this. But in reality, He probably knew it was going to take longer. But there were a lot of disappointing losses for Shanahan in those first couple of years because there were so many close games that they felt they should have won in just a few plays. But anyways, like I said, first year is foundation. Second year for our varsity head coach. They showed a lot of promise. Like, we showed promise. But it didn't make the playoffs. Just not good enough. Well, this past season was the third year, and the off season just had a different feel to it. Our coach already told us there were people that had expectations for us to make the playoffs before we even gave them a reason to. He's like, we got all these people banking on us, and we really have given them no reason to. So the third year, our varsity football team went 6-3 and made the playoffs. Now, they were one throw away from advancing to the next round, but their defender has an insane vertical leap and jumped up really high in the air and got a pick. But my point is, it was crazy. Like, they had these we have expectations, but it's a weird feel because we don't know what's going to happen because we've been so obliterated by injuries. Like, yes, like, we're excited. We want to make the playoffs, and I honestly, I don't know who I am to feel entitled to this, but I expect us to. But it also has a different feel of a caution where we're like, well, if we don't, it's not going to surprise me, but it also will. So it's
weird
tough.
feeling, isn't it?
But
you expect good things, but if bad things happen, we've had that happen how many years in a row? So we're kind of used to that. I can't stand it though. It's not going to happen this year, Tyler.
Last year we got way too overhyped. We kind of Jimmy was still learning. You could tell in that Detroit game that he was still learning. He was learning, man.
You could tell
but this
in the
year,
Minnesota game.
He should have a full.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the Minnesota game, McGlinchey had to move to guard because.
Oh, wasn't that scary? Who was that went down? Was that person?
Yeah, and Garoppolo was getting killed, and also Goodwin went down. That disrupted. We have so many more weapons this year. There's no excuse if we don't make the postseason.
Oh yeah, you got backups. You got talented backups and backups now.
Listen, I'm so sick of these people. Like, they're like, Jimmy, hey, you gonna be ready for week 1? Of course, he's gonna be ready for week 1. Quit playing. Jimmy goes, it's trending that way. Shut up.
I know, right?
You're gonna be ready for
and
week
then Jimmy's got to mess with you even further.
Camp, man.
He doesn't even look confident, right? But I understand Jimmy's been running around on the field like crazy already. So,
he was running in January, man. Like, he's going to be ready to go. He's going to be 100% ready to go by training camp for sure. He's going to be throwing in OTAs.
Yeah. You don't want other teams around the league to know. Yeah.
He's going to play in the preseason. He's going to do the first game. He's going to do 1 or 2 series. Shanahan might keep him out there longer for confidence.
Nah, don't let him stay out there. Just put him out. He doesn't have to prove anything. And let Nick and CJ are going to have a battle in the offseason anyway, or preseason games anyway.
Shanahan's full of crap on that one. We all know right? Who's a better quarterback.
I mean, come on, Nick's not going to lose. I mean, right? CJ's not going to up and beat Nick out.
He's got a harder work ethic, man. Like, this is obvious. But like I said, Jimmy, if it has gone. Like in preseason, if it goes the way it went the last few years, Jimmy's going to play 1 series in the first game.
Yeah.
He's going to play a whole quarter for the second game. And the third game's a dress rehearsal at Kansas City, at Arrowhead, in week 3 of the preseason, which is week 3 of the regular season that he got hurt. So it's going to be pretty eerie for me.
Well, it's going to play Jimmy's probably going to run over to the spot. He probably remembers exactly what happened. He's going to look at the camera and start blowing kisses.
Now he's going to do this. He's going to throw a touchdown pass or run it in or something.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not going to let him run it in. No way.
No.
But anyway,
yeah, I was going to tell you.
He's going to throw a touchdown pass. Or wouldn't that be funny? Shanahan calls a read option, he runs it in, and then he runs over to the spot where he got hurt and spits on it.
Yeah. Or waves to the crowd or one or the other. Daddy, we got to go. I'm going to tell you what, man. I'll look for you tomorrow, huh?
Yeah. He'll probably get an ovation, too, honestly.
Yeah.
Kansas City has some – yeah. I think he'll get an ovation when he steps on the field.
But always, no matter where you go, there's going to be a contingent of 49er fans anyway. So, all right.
He'll probably get an ovation from the Kansas City crowd.
Yeah, maybe.
Kansas City has some classy fans.
Yeah, because in fact, they know.
All right.
All right, Tyler. Have a good night, fam.
All right. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Forever faithful. Jimmy G, stay away from the hose. In on the trend.
Tyler, listen to you and watch Tyler. When somewhere down the road, I said, Tyler's gotten to the age now, about 2 or 3 more years from now, right? Tyler's going to post up one of his female friends. Watch it look just like, what was her name? What was her name? K-A what? Watch, Tyler, since he's such a huge fan of Jimmy, watch the girl look just like Kiara. Remember that. Oh, is that the... And well, by the way, Justin Rosales wants to... He said, okay, I'll get a better mic. He claims he's in college and he can't afford any better mic. Thank you, Justin, though. He says, okay, I heard back. Damn, mic was really bad. Sorry. Where's Justin? Maybe we should put in a pool and get Justin a like. Hey, all right. Wait. Boing. Joey Mahoney. Yeah, dum-de-doo-wah. Ooh, yeah. Joey Mahoney. Hey, J-Man. Oh, Joey, I meant to get that link to you last night. I'm sorry. I didn't get around to doing that. I will in just a little bit if you haven't got it already.
Ronbo! My man.
Yo!
With the Nana plan.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Joey. Tonight we're looking for our comeback player of the year. And, of course, Jimmy, is the front runner for us. And Jason Verrett, who's been a Pro Bowler, he needs to do some coming back, too. Those are just the front runners due to the fact that they're coming back from such huge obstacles. But I have my other guys. Of course, you know how I feel about Jimmy Ward.
I got a sleeper for you.
Who's that?
You ready?
Yeah.
Jerick McKinnon.
Oh, yeah, well, I put him down on my list as well. Yeah.
He's going to have a good year for us. I don't know if he's going to play better than Jimmy, but I could definitely see him doing some things.
Yeah.
Maybe even 1,000 yards. He might even win the starting job. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
I guess the guy that's a starter is the guy that starts from the first quarter, right? I guess that's the way it works. Because I could see Matt Breida starting the game because we're going to start probably running to establish that so we can get the play action going and all the other stuff, right? And now, here comes a Coleman-McKinnon crash, right? So you got, man.
Very good running backs. You could keep swapping in and out. There's not going to be one guy that's going to take the bulk of the carries. It's going to be this guy. It's going to be Atlanta Falcons all over again.
Nobody's going to be getting Coleman. Tired. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're going to be shuffling in different running backs here and there.
Because we got so many. But I just want to see how the running back's going to be incorporated. If anybody thinks they're going to be standing around behind center or anywhere near Jimmy G all the time, that's not going to be the case. Those guys could be anywhere. If you're a DC, it's going to be making nuts. This is the thing I like so much. Oh, God. Yeah, we'll see. Because,
4 months. 4 months to wait is too long.
I know, right? But you know what? Not this year, though, Joey. Because we got some guys that need to heal up. I want them to be healed all the way up, especially Quan Alexander. Really want him to be ready.
I agree. Yeah. I think Quan Alexander is going to have a really good year for us, provided he can just stay healthy.
And we don't have to worry about
thing with a lot of our.
Exactly. We don't have to worry about in the middle of the week. All of a sudden, we read across the internet, Quan Alexander picked up for domestic violence. Oh! Hey,
no, we don't have to worry about that.
Well, have you noticed there's no more DVs in Reuben Foster's life?
That's good.
How many months? See, this is why I'm a little pissed off at him too. The more every week that passes by, every month that passes by, that Reuben's not getting any trouble. No more flying back to Alabama, driving around with a car full of smoke, so heavy the cops can't even see who's inside the car. All of a sudden he's become a good citizen. Damn it, Reuben!
Right.
God.
Couldn't have done that with us. Could you imagine if we had Quan Alexander, Reuben, and Fred Warner on our team?
That's what was so exciting in the first place. We probably weren't going to get Quan if we had Reuben. But the thing is, we had Ruben and Fred. Now, this year, Joey, we're going to find out whether Quan's actually better than Ruben or not. I really wonder about that. I wish that would be the case, but we'll see. And then we can actually finally put this to rest about Ruben. I won't even think about him anymore if I see Quan doing a great
Quan
job.
I think Quan Alexander makes more plays than Ruben, though. I'm not going to lie. And I'm the biggest Ruben Foster fan there is.
Probably.
I see Quan Alexander making a lot more plays on the field. Not off the field, just on the field, like being a playmaker, making big plays for his team. I see
he might be a little more talented.
Sixes. Yeah, I see pick sixes. I see great in coverage. Guy turning his head when the ball's in the air. You know, not getting penalties thrown his way. Seems like Ruben got a few penalties because he pass interfered or he did something he wasn't supposed to. So, you know, I think he's Quan Alexander's more fundamentally sound when it comes to playing linebacker.
I hope so.
We'll see. As far as big hitter goes, I think they're probably about equal. I think they're both really good at
Yeah. You know what, though? Ruben starts slowing down with the big hits. You notice that? We didn't see any real Ruben Foster smackdowns too often.
Yeah, because his shoulder.
Right?
He's doing that his whole life.
Ruben
and every time he goes to lean in with that shoulder, he's in the blue tire.
Yeah.
That's why.
They picked him up. Remember, the 49ers picked him up in the first place. Everybody's talking. We passed on him. We knew that shoulder's not going to hold up. So.
I was a little bit surprised that Matt Wilson fell as far as he did. I couldn't believe he fell to the fifth round.
Wait, Joey, that broke up. Joey, and get closer to the mic, Joey, because I'm having a little trouble hearing you. Say it again.
Can you hear me now?
A little distorted, but I can hear you. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was surprised that Matt Wilson from Alabama fell to the fifth round this year. I thought he was like second to third round.
That's right.
You know, he fell all the way to the Browns in the fifth round. I couldn't believe that. I thought for sure he was a guy that I really liked if he was there in like the second or third, and he was there in the fifth. Oh, I couldn't believe it.
Everybody wanted him too. And remember that we picked up the Wish, Mitch Wish, and man, people have calmed down a little bit about that since then. But everybody wanted Mac Wilson in the fourth round too. Or I think there was a free safety available. Everybody wanted him too. So
there was a money hooker. I think
is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was a money hooker.
And who the 49ers pick up?
And
Mitch Wisnowski. Oh, my God. What did you do, John Lynch? And people were pissed.
Well, the whole thing is in the fifth round when we took Greenlaw, Matt Wilson was still there. He didn't get picked till after our pick.
Okay, I got to go read up some more about Mac Wilson. You're right. Wilson was still there in the fifth?
If we wanted him, he was still there when we picked, because he was picked later in the fifth round, and we picked before the Browns. And they picked him in the fifth round, and we took Greenlaw in the fifth round. But he was still there in the fifth round, and we elected Greenlaw instead of Matt Wilson, which was kind of head-scratching for me. But, yeah, I mean, I thought Matt Wilson was...
Hey, but remember one thing.
I watched it.
Joey, remember one thing, though. Sometimes these Golden Boys, they get a lot of attention and media coverage. They're not necessarily going to, you know what? We'll see. I want to see what Mac Wilson and Greenlaw. We're going to keep an eye on that situation, right, for the rest of the season.
Yeah, but
which one of them does look the best?
Typically, those Alabama linebackers, I mean, with the exception
usually pretty good, yeah?
Foster, of course.
Yeah.
You know, C.J. Mosley, even Mark Barron. You know, there's a lot of good
But Joey, the thing is, not only the 49ers passed on him, how come everybody else passed on him too, though?
I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway.
I would love to. I'm curious to see how he's going to do this year.
Yeah, there's about 4 or 5 guys. I want to know what DK looks like, Mac Wilson, Darnold. I got about 4 or 5 guys I want to know how well do they do and how well the guys we got in those rounds compare to them. There's all kind of things to pay attention to as the season progresses. Some of these guys aren't going to start, though, so it'll be tough. So we'll see.
right.
Joe, I got to go, man, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow if you got some time, man.
Hey, I started this new job in Livermore. It's a warehouse. And
All
I
right.
talked to this guy, and his name is Daniel. He's a huge Niner fan.
All right.
And I asked him, I said, "You ever listen to Rombo?" And he said, "Oh yeah, all the time." And I found out that he's like a huge Rombo fan. He's never called in. So
because we got Daniel Andre on here all the time on the chat. Wouldn't it be funny? What's it? Find out his name is what's his name? Find out his username.
He spells it differently though. He spells it, and I think it says E or something like that.
Daniel, D-A-N-I-E-L. Wait, how many different ways can you spell Daniel? Nowadays everybody gets creative with it. You don't want to use the name that everybody's known forever, but you don't spell it the same. Like the name Brian. Right. How many people spell the name B-R-Y-A-N as opposed to B-R-A-I-N or whatever? B-R-I-A-N. Yeah. So yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
well, I'm going to shout out to you, sir, for everything you do. Shout out to Madhouse Fan Club. Shout out to Daniel.
Hey.
Shout out to Dre.
Yeah. Shout out to Daniel.
Big Show.
Hey.
All right.
All right, Joe.
All right, Rombo. I'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right, fam. Have a great night.
All right.
See, hey, give Rombo a little extra food in his dish before you go to bed.
I will.
All right, fam. Good night. And I say, Cynthia, happy Mom's Day, Cynthia. She said, while we were Niner fans, have been waiting a long time to get back to glory. Remembering it took decades to become good. Does help a little. Yeah, the Warriors were like a joke. Going back to Run DMC goes all the way back to the 80s? And then they went into a 20-year slump, right? Longer. So, yeah, Although the 49ers, though, it all depends who you get. They got the right. Even though Lynch and Shanahan, not Lynch so much, not Shanahan, but Lynch is getting all kind of heat for every draft pick, for every signee. And who is that to put him on notice? This is it. It's not it. If the 49ers struggle this year, but they make progress, and it's not going to take much to make progress. Do you know the 49ers only have to win 7 games and nobody's job's at stake? The premise, brick by brick, means exactly what they said. It takes a while to build a team that was, you got to use a plunger to get the 49ers up out the toilet, And then when you get them up, you got to start building them, right? So it was probably, realistically, that we look back on it, and I'm the most unreal person it was never going to be just a 2-year project. Never. Now, last year it might have been better than it was had they not lost everybody, because they were lucky to find their franchise quarterback, which actually accelerated the program in 2017. We're supposed to have a rookie quarterback that's just now working his way up and getting better and better and better, which would have taken all of 5 years, honestly, now that I look at it. But we don't. We're going to get progress in the 3rd year, and we need to be grateful and stop firing John Lynch. It's not going to happen. So, it's besides that, it's Kyle's call. If Kyle's tired of Lynch, then he goes. If Kyle's not tired of Lynch, he stays, and you may as well get used to it. Jim Thorogood says, hey, Jarek is getting no love. They're calling Coleman a starter. What gives? Only in the media. Kyle Shanahan hasn't said anything yet, I don't think. Not for the public. Benji Polo. Benji Polo. Well, I get to be old right. Benji Polo. Matwa. Benji, are you from Hawaii, Benji? That's got to be it. Yeah, go 49ers, sup? This is our year, baby, 2019. Oh, there's a habit that burns my production people up. I for some reason, I like to crash my teeth after I say something. Sorry. Okay, where were we? Oh. Shake!
Rombo! What's going on, man?
Ah, shit. Just
First
sit back
of all,
here.
I want to say shout out. First of all, I just want to say shout out to all the faithful mothers.
Yeah, good.
Give them all love. Give them a big hug. Even the loved ones, around you, give them a big hug, a nice hug, baby.
And Sheik, take it another step. Even today, if you run across a lady that's like got a small child or your children with her, and whether it's a young lady or you're older, she's got an adult son, even if they're wearing Seahawks or Rams gear, give them a hug. Oh, maybe I went too far, Sheik. Especially if they, after the hug, they say, "Oh, a 49er fan. Oh, how sad." Well, you guys might have a chance next year. Hey, you know what? Don't test me.
Oh, by the way, the KFC, if you're looking for chicken, you're over there, actually.
Yeah. Oh, man. Anyway, hey, so Sheik, who's your comeback player of the year, man?
Sir.
We already Jimmy G's already been penciled in, and of course, PFF says that if there's anybody that's a strong candidate, it is also not only Jimmy G, but it's also Jason Verrett. And I like putting Jerick McKinnon in there if he goes crazy this year. And I got my favorites that everybody cry. People say, "Rombo, man, why do you always pick the worst team guys on the team and start supporting them like that?" What? Yeah, what's up with Eric Armstead and Joshua Garnett and Jimmy Ward? I mean, what's going on, man?
Hey, man.
I'm the apologist.
You had that, like, the great. You're like Kyle Shanahan, Rombo. You just don't want to let go Joe Williams and C.J. Beathard. No, it's my baby.
Hey, you know what, though? I just realized nobody's called it on me yet. But you notice I don't have any support for Malcolm Smith or CJ. CJ really did burn my butt, man. I tell you, there were a couple times when he was standing and looking down the field, and even I could see open guys. And I'm watching from the television. Well, you probably say, you could probably see better than CJ because you are watching television. But still, CJ, get rid of the ball.
Oh, man. He just wants to get hit for some reason. He's like,
enjoys
my God, should I just fall down or should I get the hit?
I think he likes the pain. He's a masochist. Yeah.
If you want to be like going to UFC, CJ, it's the wrong sport.
But play ice hockey,
Yeah,
take a lot of pain.
That's perfect. Hey.
God, did they get wiped out? I mean, they get hit hard. Ooh.
Oh, my God. Shout out to the Sharks, by the way. They're
they're doing all
keep
right.
on going, and
wow,
I'm loving it over there.
Wouldn't it be?
And that's the thing about, and there's one player right now is Joe Thornton.
Hmm.
He's a little older. He's like, I think he's in his late 30s. He's gonna hopefully, I'm praying that he goes get a Stanley Cup this year, his first one.
Mm-hmm.
And I want Joe Staley. He's not that high, but he's in his early 30s or mid 30s, I guess now. Yeah. That's a guy we must give him his Super Bowl, guys. Please.
I know.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
God, it'd be so good. Just to get him deep into the playoffs. And next year would be like, so good. Joe would be so pumped. He'd definitely come back for another year, Sheik.
Yeah. Yeah, I will give him an extension. But my guy, though, to answer your question, Rombo, the guy, and it's not obviously, is my guy that I wanted in the draft that we got, Solomon Thomas. Solomon Train. Comeback player of the year. He's going to show you. Defensive tackle, baby. Let's go. Come on, Solomon. Get that quote going.
It's not impossible, Sheik. He's surrounded by the right kind of talents that he can excel on. We've had, Sheik, down to the years, and we may have been confused by this the whole time. If you have a unit with a lot of badasses on it, you're going to get great play from most of those guys on the front line because the support group is good enough that even your good player to your average player is going to have some production. So that's the case now. Let's see what he does with it.
Exactly. You got those edge rushers, you got those linebackers, you got Sherman in the back. It's a taken. It's a taken. The hole's going to be available because you're going to get double teamed. Mm-hmm. Certain ends are going to get double teamed, so you have the opportunity to pressure the quarterback, get those sacks.
Sheik,
get them down the third down. So
Who was on the defensive line with Solomon at Stanford? Anybody famous?
no, I don't think so. No, I don't think he was even drafted.
Yeah, I'm trying to
I don't
understand.
remember. I'll be honest.
Because he did well, right?
Yeah.
I'm figuring he had a pretty solid line working with him, but he was like the standout on the line, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, he was a standout. Yeah, I don't remember the names, but I don't think they're probably like a late round. I just don't remember. I'll be honest.
Gotta look at that.
He just panned out.
Because none of us.
There's some Stanford guys. You know, there's a lot of fans out there. Oh, Pac-10 Stanford players, but look at their track record. They have great players.
A lot of guys go to the pros.
Coming out.
How many guys?
Yes.
Look at running back this year. A tight end. We picked up one. Our single Whiteside wide receiver. He went. The kicker. That's 4 guys that stand for shit to the pro that I know. Pros, and I probably missed a couple. And all those guys are probably going to stick. They're not going to get cut.
Yeah. Oh, are you talking about like younger guys? Yeah.
Well, no, guys who just
I don't know if you noticed that.
Stanford this year.
Yeah, the picture.
I know 4 guys
Yeah.
that got drafted. Bryce Love.
Bryce Love, the running back. Yep.
Bryce Love. You got Arcega Whiteside got drafted. We picked up Caden Smith. That's 3. They had the top kicker in college. I don't know. I can't remember his name, but he was a number 1 kicker that the Patriots picked up. So that's 4 guys,
Right.
and I don't know who else.
Oh, Bailey, right? Is it
Yeah,
Bailey?
that's
No,
him. That's the kicker.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I think his name is Bailey. So yeah, there you go. Stanford contributing 4 guys to the NFL, so that's worthy.
And one of our guys, like I said, I don't know. Go ahead.
No, SoCal. How many guys out of UCLA and SC? See, I like the best SoCal and those kind of things.
Hey, USC used to have like great
always
talent, like,
their
back
whole
in the day.
team used to get drafted into the pros.
But quarterback, no, I'm sorry. The quarterback, big no.
Darnold.
The quarterback is pretty. Yeah, Darnold is good, but like they had Matt Leinart, they had the other dude, I forget his name. Oh my God.
They had some washouts. Joshy Rosen out of UCLA.
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah, there's some talent.
That's it. Hey, and Sheik, this year Fresno sent a couple of guys to the pros, I think.
Yeah. They're dogs over there. There's some good talent over there.
Bay Area.
So the Pac-10 they have definitely good talent. So, but the thing is, Rombo, is Caden Smith. What I'm trying to say is, I don't know if you saw that little. He talked to a media guy. He said that I'm going to get the job, and I want the starting job.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, kiddo, but I want that starting job.
I like that attitude.
He's ballsy, but it's good. It's good.
He needs to. He needs to be hungry. Don't come in there wanting to be second to nobody. We're not going to get the best player if he's coming in and thinking he's going to be subservient to anybody. Come in and want to dominate. I like that. She can tell you what.
And his 40 is not that great.
Wait. Justin Rosales has a question for you. He writes.
Oh, go for it. What's up? Is it Justin, that one that said holler at, shout out to Sheik? Is that
Yeah. But now he has another question. He says, Solomon Thomas? Question mark. Screaming face. Why?
Why? Well, look at his tape, man. You got look at his tape in the college, man. You moved him to a defensive end, out of position. Poor guy. You got to give him. You got to they told him to lose pounds. It's like,
and then he told him
he had to redo.
You know what?
Come on, man.
It's okay. It's okay. You know what? Because if he does well, we all do well. He's just kidding. We all want Solomon T to look. I'm a huge Solomon T fan, so he's got to do well this year. All right, Sheik.
He has the tools. We just need to put it together. But by the way, I just want to say real fast, Rombo, Debo, he had some airport issues. That guy he's pissed about. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, but he's really irritated on.
What happened at the airport?
Yeah, he has to. Something with American Air, they canceled his flight or something had delay, and he was like pissed off. And he's like ranting on Twitter, ranting on IG.
You got to be careful if you're an airline or any other industry like that famous people like to use. The first thing they do is get on social media and trash you. How many 49er fans are knocking? What's the name of the airline?
I think it was American.
So how many
airlines,
people? How many people are going to look up and see whatever airline it is and say, okay, that's it for them. I hate flying them. That could hurt you, So you got to be careful.
Yes. You got to be careful, Debo. Yeah, because you're a big name now, so you got to be careful because you're going to be you got to be careful what you say. Just think about Alden Smith, for example. Don't do Alden Smith.
Well, yeah, nobody's. We're never going to see anything like Alden Smith. Alden and Ruben.
But anyways,
Jesus. Right,
yeah,
let's not
take them to the curb. They're done. They're done. Next page, we got our players, we got our future, we got it all set, Rombo. We got our pass rusher. That's why everybody be happy.
And applaud John Lynch for looking for character people. Everybody gets mad. Man, John Lynch is to give up on that character people and get some football players in here. Okay, see? Exactly. You want another Alden Smith? Exactly. You want another Ruben? All right? Yeah, how about a Ray McDonald? No. I'm liking what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm not worried about Debo, though. He's a good guy, man. That guy, he has high character. He reminds me, I'm going to say it right now, Rombo, he reminds me of AB without the headache. And this guy's going to be stealing the draft. He's going to be steal. I'm telling you right now.
All right,
anyway, Facebook, hit that like for Rombo Sports, sub, share. Shout out to Rombo and his mother and his family and the crew. Thank you, guys. Chat room, everybody that calls in. Now Fan Club, cheek out. Peace out, guys.
Like Cheek. I love this guy. Justin comes back with correction, apparently. He says, no. This is like 4 or 5 no's. No. You know dang well we should have took Adams. See, who is it? Oh, in fact, it was not Trey. It was Jack. It was Jack that wanted Adams, and him and Trey were arguing like crazy about that. Trey, remember that? Jack's, man, we got to get Jamal Adams. Trey comes back with, listen, we need a guy we need a ball hawking safety. I don't want to talk about Jamal Adams, man. And Jack got loud and crazy. Jack, I'm just playing, man. Jack, you play a good villain. If I ever get into a position where I need a cast for a movie, I'm getting you to come in and read for me. You're a very evil, bad man. Jack is on me. Come on, man, we brothers, man. I can tell you. Still love you. Hey, it's not even Monday night. Well.
And you don't have to go all the way either.
It's a big show on Sunday night. Show.
Yes, sir.
So I saw your name come up just about when we were talking about the Big Ten players and guys coming out of Stanford and how many contributions have they made to the NFL that anybody is going, wow, about.
The only
other than Jim Plunkett.
Well, I don't. I'm not a fan of Stanford products, honestly, other than Richard Sherman and Christian McCaffrey's doing okay.
Right.
But
what am I talking about? Christian McCaffrey?
Those are the only two.
Ah.
And
how do you feel about Bryce Love?
I'm actually,
you think he's going to be any good?
Depending on how his knee is doing, that's why he fell so far.
Yeah, he's still
It's because they were worried about his knee and everything. So, but other than Caden Smith, I'm really excited about him. I think he'll do just fine. I think he'll beat out Selleck this for the backup tight end position this coming season. Yeah, he's a really, really good receiving tight end, and so that's why we picked him. But I have 3 candidates for the comeback player of the year for us, and one of them everyone is sleeping on. Number 1 is Joshua Garnett for me.
Yeah, see? We're on the same page on that one then. I know he can play better football than he's been playing. A Stanford product, though.
Really impressed. Yeah, Stanford product, exactly. I was really impressed with him the last game when we played the Rams. At the end of last season, he contained Darnold pretty well during that game. So, and he opened up passing lanes too. Yeah, Aaron Darnold, and he opened up passing lanes too, which was I was shocked about because
that's what he
biggest link.
That's what he doesn't get any credit for because everybody knows he can run block. Yeah, Big Show. Yeah. What game was that he actually hurt his toe? He was doing good in that game until he hurt his toe.
That was Jimmy G still in when he hurt his toe again?
No, Joshua Garnett. I can't remember when Jimmy G. But I do know Joshua Garnett. He went down in that game, and he was having a great. He was getting all pumped up. He was like he was doing good things. He was getting excited about it. And then we didn't see him for the next, actually, one more or two more times for the rest of the season because they got pissed off with him and Persons just took the job and kept it. So,
and I really feel like he's going to have a breakout year. He's going to open up so many passing lanes for our receivers. Yeah. And I hope that will open up John's eyes and not wanting to get rid of him, even though they did express his fifth-year option earlier in the combine. Because I don't know about you, but I do not want to lose Joshua Garnett to Seattle. Because right
pick
away,
him up in a heartbeat.
Scoop him up right away. Yeah.
Hey, but just to make you feel better on that.
Shows any signs of improvement.
I just want to. You remember last year they refused to pick up Laken Tomlinson's contract about the same time last year. Yeah.
And then we re-signed him. This year to like a 3-year extension, and he played really well.
Sometimes you have to do that for some players, and maybe they know Joshua Garnett good enough to know. You know what? Let's just threaten not to pay him.
And
might work.
And my second candidate is Jarek Blaze. I'm with you. I'm a huge fan of Jarek McKinnon, even though everybody's not. I have trust issues. I had trust issues with him at the beginning of the season, but I got over them.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see because he had no line like we had back when he was playing for Minnesota. He didn't have the run blocking lanes, or he didn't have the line that opened up lanes for him like we do now. I mean, that's why you saw Matt Breida almost reach 1,000 yards before he injured himself again.
Exactly. He had 800 yards, didn't he? And played.
And he was 300 something away from 1,000.
How much?
Yeah, and that's good signs right there. That's a good sign right there for Jarek McKinnon that he's going to have a huge year.
Yeah.
Especially the way Matt Breida played with our run blocking the way it is. And my third candidate, the one that everybody is sleeping on, and they think that he's not going to make the team, but which is complete bullshit because we paid him almost nearly $2 million for a year, and that's Jordan Matthews.
I remember saying something about that. You corrected me immediately last time. I don't know what I was thinking. You're right, though. I agree. They're not going. Jordan Matthews isn't going to get cut.
No, they signed him. We paid him $1.8 million per year.
Yeah.
And if he shows out and balls out like he is expected to, then we're going to be signing him for a long-term deal. I have no question about that.
And you don't want to piss
Jordan
Jerry
Matthews,
Rice off.
He's no scrub.
No,
right. You don't want to do that either.
Yeah.
I mean, so those are my three candidates for comeback of the year. We all know about Jimmy G. Come on, I think he's going to have a great year. But yeah, I'm more excited about Joshua Garnett after what I've seen the last Rams game. So,
well, listen, while you're being so nice, how about my boy Akello Witherspoon? Okay, I pushed it too far. Okay, how about J-Dub?
I have no comment, man. I don't want to.
Hey, you know it's going to be funny because these are the kind of things that freakishly happen. Watch me like week 9, guys. I remember back in May. I told you. I wrote it down, guys. I told you. Remember me back in May? Okay, and here we are now. It's December. How you like me now? Look at Jimmy.
Yeah.
He leads the team in INTs.
I'm not gonna choose a side on this one. I'm gonna let it play out and see how it goes.
I don't blame it. It's a safe route.
I don't think if it takes him this long to have a really good year because he's on the verge of being cut, then I'm not buying that. Sorry.
But let's keep in mind too, how many years did it take us to get a frontline defense? We have one now. People need to expect weird things next year in the secondary. I know what every last one of them, every last guy in the secondary. All right, stop what you're doing because we're about to ruin the image and the style that you used to.
Just like I do whenever I go in here. But shout out to the Nighthawk fan club. Shout out to Sheik, Joey, Trey, my partners, everybody. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to everybody too.
Hey,
Y'all have a good night. All right.
And give a big shout out to Kenny too. Kenny, that's really special.
Yeah,
He says,
of course.
You have no idea how much I needed this show tonight. Let me read his note.
Yeah,
you have
shout out
no
to Kenny.
how much I needed this show tonight to take my mind somewhere else. Been thinking about moms all day. Much love. Go San Francisco. Kenny, man, we're so glad to be here for your show.
We love you, Kenny.
What were you gonna say?
That's all I was going to say, actually. So you guys have a good night and happy Mother's Day to everybody. And cherish your moms.
Yeah.
Cherish your moms.
All right.
Even though if you don't get along with them, cherish them.
Yeah, I know.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Yeah, sure. You too, fam. Yeah. You know, that's something that we don't think about enough, during the course of the time. And I lost my mom a while back as well. But, Mom and I used to have some drag-out disagreements on occasion. But, you still bring back with the love. But still, you don't know while you're having those little disagreements how you might not have her later on. So you got to be careful with that. Hey, that's right, Trey. It was Malik Hooker was Trey's guy. Because Malik was a good ball hawk, but he didn't have any hamstrings. As a matter of fact, did somebody make a joke about Malik up in Indy? His hamstrings are still being operated on. I think he's had a hamstring transplant. The technology's coming, fam. You know how we got I would say about 40% of professional athletes have hamstring issues. I bet it is up about at least 40%. Well, maybe 35. Their hamstrings heal up and they tear up just as quick as they heal up. I remember, I was a 200 meter, 400 meter guy, right? But coach, start! Oh, give me a name. I'm always giving my last name away. Hey, Ninja, you're gonna anchor the 400 meter relay. What? Come on, you can do it. You got to, this is not the kind of thing where you got to let that stride out of yours. Just go ahead. They're going to give you the baton. They're going to give you a lead. You're going to come right in after Calvin. And Calvin Lee was one of the fastest guys in the world. He keeps running third. Calvin's going to give you that baton. You just bring it home. All right. So now I'm out there in practice. The baton pass. You got to practice baton. Got steps. So 400 meter relay comes up, man. I'm that dude I was telling Tyler about a little while ago who did not like to loosen up because I think, come on, man, got this. Not loosen up right. Here comes Calvin. Calvin's coming around and his hair is on fire. The dude is jamming. But the dude that he was supposed to be kicking his butt, the dude is only like a couple of lengths behind Calvin. So they're coming around that curve 100 miles an hour. Both of them, boy. I said, man, y'all ain't making me look bad in front of all these people. Got the baton. The handoff was perfect. I didn't lose my stride. I picked it up. And now, when you run the 400 meter relays, it's a relaxed race. 200 meters is kind of relaxed. But 100 meters, you're going all out. So I'm exploding. I'm just jamming. And see, so when I see dudes on the field that pull the hair. I never pull when playing ball, but track and field. So I'm looking at dudes on the field when they pull it. I know how that feels. It feels like the muscle just turns into a knot. The pain, everything stops. I mean, everything stops. You go down and you cannot move. You be laying on the ground hollering. People come over and the first thing they do is something wrong. They pull your leg out, right? Quick, stop. It's really, So I got all the sympathy in the world for hamstring people. I like to make jokes about it because I already know what that feels like. Hey, Justin Rosales says, big show, waiting on that Bosa jersey and born. I've been telling you that. I gave up on that. We already got a deal for the rest of the season, though. I got to get the details of that deal. I do remember, though, Bosa needs to play the entire season. He needs to be the Rookie of the Year. He's got to get double-digit sacks. Not 13, just double digits. So 10 is enough. Show, man, you're going to be sweating by week 6. I already know it. Dang! Daniel C. Oh, we over here? Curtis? Yeah. Thanks, Curtis, for contribution, fam. Curtis says, Jordan Matthews only has a $300,000 signing bonus. He's not guaranteed a spot because we can cut him and save like $1.7 million. Big Show. I didn't know about that. I didn't pay much attention to his deal. That's not a lot of guaranteed money. John could pull that out of his wallet and pay him on his way out the door. Uh-oh. You know what, though? Jordy, I think he'll probably hang. He's got veteran presence. I think they're going to want to keep at least one veteran presence receiver out there. Just to teach everybody how to be professionals. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but it's really believable. Cynthia says she's riding with Debo. There's another guy that's got hamstrings. Yeah, watch out for Debo. Debo's got to keep them things loose. We have the sports medicine people in place to teach these guys what to do and what not to do. So they'll be, hopefully they'll be okay. Brunel Jacob says, would you consider Contavious Street a comeback player of the year? Not yet, because we haven't seen him in the first place, right? So you need to come out and have a season and then maybe have a fail. And then the next year you can be measured as whether or not that you've done enough to be called a comeback player or not. So we had Contavious Street, we have to see him for the first time because we can't just segue what he did in college right on into the pros. Hey, Bash! For a minute, he puts on. Yeah. Remember, I made that mistake the other day. I guess Tevin Coleman, Tevin Campbell.
That gets women in the bed, baby. That 90s R&B. Tevin Campbell.
Oh, that's some great music coming down through there, boy.
You mentioned Tevin Campbell last night, so I had to.
I got to go see what Tevin's doing these days, too.
Yeah. Shout out to Tevin Coleman. I think he's the signing, one of the biggest signings I think out there. Not that we needed running backs drastically or anything, but he's going to be a signing that's going to give us a nice boost to our offense that nobody's talking about, man. For real, man.
Yeah. Because we're talking about a guy that's already worked with Kyle, too. That's a good thing.
Yeah. So really quick, Mother's Day, Kenny, we're all thinking about you. We know you lost your moms and you like family too. So we'll never disregard that, and we love all the mothers out there. So just wanted to put that out first.
Good.
And
good.
We're talking about comeback players, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of like a three-ring circus. First, I'm going to start off with Kenny's favorite player, Jerick McKinnon.
All right.
That's his favorite running back.
What is that laugh? He can do it. We got to see him in the first place, but I can't wait to see him. I just hope that knee is feeling all the way good.
Another one is Trent Taylor. You know what? Our receiving core looks a lot deeper this year, but in general, I just think he's not going to be the slouch he was last year. Though. I'm pretty sure that back is bothering
back problems.
And
yeah, right. You know about that. Okay.
Welker and who's that guy? Miles Austin in the mix to help coach him. So who knows? He might actually step up. And Big Show mentioned him earlier, Garnett. We all saw Garnett step in that Rams game. I always thought I'd like Garnett in the preseason a whole lot this past season. Everybody still was mad at him. This generation of 49er fans, if a player gets hurt, all of a sudden they're
get all pissed off. I mean, the guy wasn't trying to get hurt. Dang.
He's got some upside, man. Don't sleep on that guy, man. I don't know. He might step in and be the starter this year. It wouldn't shock me at all if he stepped in.
All he's got to do is step in, Bash. That's all you got to do, because he could be Persons if he just would.
And I hate to be the dead horse, but we all saw how much he pissed off from Aaron Donald last year.
I know. He can play when he wants to.
I don't know if you've seen it. I think it's Bleacher Report who's dropping it. I don't think it's an official depth chart, but I see this unofficial depth chart being dropped.
I saw it.
Unofficial starting.
They picked our starters, right?
Yeah. But why is Solomon Thomas still listed as a defensive end? That's what I keep seeing.
I can't imagine. And also, they put Jimmy Ward in a slot. He'll be, according to them, Ward beats out K'Wan Williams. Adrian Colbert is going to be our starting free safety. Kwaski's still in a box. They didn't give us 3 linebackers. They only gave us 2. So they don't even know what formation we're running. So I figured they don't really, when they put together that roster, it was just a random thing. I don't know what they're doing. Nobody did. Everybody's questioning what they did.
But you know what? It's all that little chart that came out today that was released. All that's certain things can always change once training camp comes. And in general, we have Chris Kuceric, our new D-line coach, and from what I hear, he was reviewing a whole bunch of videos of Solomon, and so he's going to try to see what he can do with him. I just don't want them to try to reinvent the wheel again, try to put the D again. Because we already have legit defensive ends now. What else is going on? Oh, shout out to Vader, man. I talked to him in the chat. He doesn't really come on here anymore. I don't know. We all love it when he goes, "Let me go! Let it go!" Really, Rombo Sports.
And don't forget his opening. It's time! It's time! It's Vader! Time!
I'm going to have everybody come on here until it happens. Vader, listen loud and clear. We want you in the Nighthawk fan club. And if you don't listen to my request here, I'm going to make sure everybody in the Nighthawk fan club comes on here and gets you in there. All right? I just, one more thing about our draft picks. I talked about the draft picks yesterday. I do think, who was it? The coach from Baylor, the head coach from Baylor, was talking about Jalen Hurd, and he was saying that this guy is like a first-round talent. We got to watch out for him. So he might be one of our draft sleepers one of our best draft sleepers that we've had in quite some time. You know, you could think of Kittle in the 5th round. I'm not saying he's going to be that on that level, but he might have something there. You know.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I heard about Jalen Hurd. This was like 5 months ago. Hulk was like, he was a running back at the Tennessee. He used to play for Tennessee Volunteers. He was 6'5", 240-pound running back, and he got tired of people diving at his knees. So he told the coaches, "You got to make me a receiver." But they wouldn't make him a receiver, so he transferred to Baylor.
Hey, Hulk. Now, Hulk's probably listen. Wait a minute, am I on the phone? God, throw a flag on Bash. Boss, that's just terrible. You can't make fun of my boy. Hey, come on in. Oh, my God, he's got to say, oh, my God, I'm scared to come in now.
A Buckeye is a worthless nut. All right, so I'm going to head on out here. Before I go, I just want to say shout out to Jersey Joe. Jersey Joe fits right in. Shout out to the new member of Nighthawk Fan Club, Dan. He says he comes on Rombo. He's going to start calling in on here.
Good.
Sheik, get yourself some of that crispy, crunchy chicken. None of that KFC. And Mahoney, go Warriors. All right, guys, I'm out. Love you, Niner fans. Love all you mothers out there. Peace. Love you, Rombo.
Good stuff, Bash. Appreciate you, fam. See you tomorrow if you get some time. Yeah, I don't know why KFC. Why do they charge extra money for crispy chicken? Otherwise, you get that soup chicken where the grease is just dripping off of it. I don't. Anybody KFC's might say, "Hey, what is he doing?" I'm just saying, the crispy with the fake crisp all around it. Stop doing that. It's extra calories. Just fry the chicken right. Hey, let's go to Modesto where they know how to fry chicken. Derek Coates 209. Who's this on the phone? 209.
Hello?
Yes. And what is your name, please?
This is JT, man. Rombo, what's happening?
JT came in incognito on us. We didn't know who he was. JT, what's up, man?
What's up, Rombo?
Well,
man, I just got back in. I had to go pick up my sister from the airport, and I was like, man, I'm going to miss the Rombo show, man. I'm trying to get home.
You know, we be going on and on and on, So, you had plenty of time. We will wait for you. But tonight,
right,
JT, go ahead.
What's the conversation? I just walked in right now. I just got in the house. So where are we at in this conversation?
Let me fill you in, then. It is tonight. We're looking at our comeback players of the year. It seems PFF has decided that Jimmy G and also Jason Verrett are front runners as far as the league goes. And then we took it another step to see, other than Jason Verrett and Jimmy G, who else have we got on our roster? They could be comeback players just for the Niner Empire. You can go right down on the list. You got Joshua Garnett. You got J-Dub, otherwise known as
the J-Dub bunch.
The J-Dub bunch.
Yeah.
Jimmy Ward. You got Quan Alexander's on there. Let's see. Quan, J-Dub, Joshua. You got Adrian Colbert. And you got, of course, Akwaski T. It goes on and on. If I leave anybody out, And we already mentioned Jason Verrett. Oh, yeah, Jerick McKinnon,
And Selleck time.
Selleck, you know what?
Time, because you know what?
He didn't have any injury last year. He hurt his finger, though.
Yeah, I kind of dogged him out. What was it, yesterday?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I have a change of heart. If he comes in healthy, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
And let our little rookie develop some, because he needs some developing anyway.
Yeah, he's got to go through some
experiences. But as far as I'm concerned, the comeback player of the year, I would have to say Jimmy Garoppolo and then Jason Verrett. And for Jimmy Garoppolo, the reason why I say the quarterback is because he's been watching Mullins take the play.
You think he's a little concerned?
Yeah, I would be, because people are starting to believe in Mullins.
I've seen him online, boy. People are already talking about making Jimmy his backup. I always think they're joking, right? But Nick works hard. I agree. No,
because earlier, or I think after I got off the phone with you, I think somebody mentioned yesterday that Garoppolo makes players better around him.
Well, see,
he
that's
just has that aroma about him.
That's the thing. Did you say that? He has that aroma about him? Is that what you said? I like that.
Yeah, he does.
He wears the best cologne.
He just has a knack. He just has a knack of making everyone around him better.
And that's why he's a franchise quarterback. He makes the team better. Absolutely.
And as far as the defensive player, I'm going to have to say Verrett, man, because I think he's chomping at the bit to get back on the field. I mean, come on, think about it. He's been out last season. He was out the season before that.
4 games.
And I even think the season before that. He's only had one healthy season.
The season before that, he had one season he played 14 games. And that was the year he went to the Pro Bowl that year.
He went to the Pro Bowl that year.
Yeah.
So I think Jason Verrett's going to come out. He's going to win the starting job, and he's going to ball out this year. Only so that way we can because he wants a place he can call home, and I think he's going to work for a further contract. To give. He's going to be working for his last contract because he's 27 years old, and I say if he busts his tail off and plays hard this year, we can offer him another 5-year contract, or maybe even 4 or 3 years.
Yeah, well, probably 3, 4, because he is 27. But you know what? Verrett is actually, according to what some believe, if he's healthy, he's actually the best we've got. And that would mean now whoever team we're playing, you put Verrett on their bad dude. The baddest man they got, let Jason handle him. Richard Sherman, who would be Jason's second, would be on the other side of the field. What kind of defense is that? That's ridiculous. I love it.
Remember how I was telling you that the other night when I was talking about Sherman covering Jarvis Landry because he's a bigger type receiver and he can kind of keep up with him? Yeah. And you put Verrett on a receiver like Odell Beckham?
Mm-hmm. You could put Oh, yeah, right? Hey.
Yeah.
No. You put Verrett on OBJ. Yeah, right. You're right. Is that what you said? You put Verrett on OBJ.
Yeah, that's what I said. You put OBJ on Verrett because the way Verrett covered Antonio Brown in my opinion, I think Antonio Brown is better than
OBJ.
OBJ, because I mean,
and anyway,
I think he just has.
Anyway, he can cover him. Verrett can handle OBJ. And see, no matter who else the 49ers, I mean, it doesn't matter who else they got on the other team. Richard will handle it. I don't have any. Yeah. When Richard Sherman's covering anybody, I'd put him on OBJ. He did mention a couple of years ago that OBJ's got to be watched. You got to be careful with him because he is good.
Hey.
But okay, we'll have it.
And opposing defenses, they have to play honest against us now because they can't double team us now. We got weapons all the way across the field. They have to play honest now. They have to play honest football. There ain't gonna be no more double teaming and shit on Kittle or none of that.
Yeah.
You got an all-star on every
position. It's loaded
on every inch of the
running
field.
back. We got other receivers on the field, and look out, Dante Pettis. I'm trying to figure out this year is this going to be a Pettis year, or is it going to be a Jalen Hurd come out of nowhere year? Somebody's going to light it up between the youngsters.
I think it's going to be a little combination of both.
We didn't even say nothing about Debo yet.
You could even sprinkle in some Debo in there. And if you want to stretch the field, you go with Marquise. Man, we got. Oh my God! I can't wait. I can't wait. It's a wrap.
Gonna be
fun. They might as well just give us the trophy right now. I'm already calling us the Super Bowl champions. Let me just put it that way, because I got confidence, Ronbo.
You maybe need to calm down a little bit, but you know what? We will be extremely competitive. There's no doubt about this. And I'm talking about if you look at other teams and what other teams are doing, if just to give you a little measure of what teams, because a lot of times for 49er fans, man, we can't beat nobody, man. We'd be lucky to win 5 games. Okay, please go and show me the 14 teams that you think are so much better. Okay.
Hey, Rombo, can I just say one more thing before I get off? I know I know my time's probably almost up. We're already about it.
Go ahead.
There was a caller yesterday who mentioned the Nate Burleson thing. And they got like 3 months on TV on what is that? Good Morning Football.
Yeah.
Is that true? Did I hear that correctly?
Wait, what? What about
the caller called in and he said something about we don't have to worry about hearing Nate Burleson talk all that smack about it.
No. I know what you're talking about now. There's one of Nate's programs. I think the network is cutting down on their expenses. It must have been Fox Network. And Fox is cutting down. If that's true, there was a couple of programs where Nate was employed that are being canceled.
Yeah,
I hate to say for you today,
but am so glad to hear that, because when I heard that yesterday, oh my goodness, I was just so. Oh, it was just like music to my ears, because I just about done had it with Nate Burleson. They need to get that guy off the TV scene already. I don't mind Kay Adams, because I love Kay Adams.
Everybody likes Kay Adams. Well, listen, everybody on the GMF FB show except for Nate. Nate seems like he goes out of his way to antagonize 49er fans. He'll say anything he needs to say.
I like Peter Schrager and Kyle Brandt.
Yeah,
Kyle Brandt and Peter Schrager could stay, but Nate Burleson, he got to go.
Great. With his, because I keep trying to say,
all right,
Nate,
Ronbo.
It's Good Morning Football, not Good Morning Hawks fans. Stop it.
Right?
Stop it, Nate. God. All right. Tell you what, fam.
And like that one dude said, he only got 1,000-yard season under his belt, and he's got room to talk all that smack. Shit. Get the hell out of here.
Hey, JT, hey, I'll see you tomorrow, fam.
All right. Niner Empire, baby. Woo! Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get over here. Hey, Red Eye Jedi. Oh, man, I like that. Red Eye Jedi 201. It's good, fam. And JT, otherwise known as Jim Thorough-Gill. Bosa's like Bobby Boucher. Bobby Boucher. Bobby Boucher off the edge. 13 or more sacks if he reports on time. Oh, man. I can't wait to see that, man. The defense is going to be fun to watch. This could be the most exciting year for watching the defense work that we've had since 2013. Really. I mean, that team's got some people now. Empire Strikes Back 49ers. I came to check in with my Empire family. Good night, all. Empire Strikes Back. Good night, fam. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and join the Empire Strikes Back, because I got some pizza waiting on me. I like cold pizza for some reason. There's a chewiness about it. Just about to make sure the boxes, if they lift the top up so that, because the bugs will come out of nowhere. Have you noticed that if you leave like fresh fruit in the house too long, it gets over-ripened if you got it sitting out in a dish or something? You never left the door open or anything, right? Where are those little tiny bugs that always... Where'd they come from? So I figured they come with the fruit, I guess. And I don't get it. Explain that to me if you know any theories on that. I hate that. I was killing bugs. Anyway, I tell you what I'm going to do. I will see you tomorrow, Monday night. Monday Night Raw. Hey, fam, don't forget to hit. I'm getting in trouble. Hey, fam, hit that like. Don't leave it up like. I can't wait to see them all. Niners!